Hey guys, welcome in to the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. I am Cameron No Sleeves Halbert, joined by my good friend Nico Cardarelli, and we're here to break down all the action all season long in this fantastic tournament. We're kicking things off. Nico, how you feeling, man? We're back.
Man, I am psyched to be back. This is going to be a phenomenal event, Cam. I can't wait to get it going. 110 teams registered, by far the biggest esports event in NHL history. $25,000 in prize pool money up for grabs. We're going to have a phenomenal Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, of course, hosted by League Gaming. And you're right, Cam, I can't wait to get the action underway here tonight.
We've got some big matchups to kick things off. Guys, there is going to be a giveaway today, as is for every broadcast, as WD has done a fantastic job. Super generous. I'll give you guys all that. Right now, it's just not working. We'll get that fixed up for you guys. We're going to draw that later in the show. The prize pack is pretty crazy. But why don't we start things off by just taking a look at our schedule for tonight, guys. So our highlighted series, we will show you guys 4 games tonight, every night on Wednesday and Thursday for the remainder of the season. We're going to kick things off with 2 of the biggest names in sixes. We are going to be talking about Composure and BBB. They will be our first series early on, followed by our nightcap with Denial and Ground and Pound. But let's kick things off and start things just by taking a look at BBB and Composure. Nico, we have seen a ton of these guys, and I'm excited to see how, they've got a tough opening night draw, but we're going to see some fantastic matchups right off the get.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two clubs have a bit of a rivalry, don't they? A lot of familiarity between these two teams. We talked about it in our show prep, and BBB, one of the few teams that really didn't make any major changes to their roster. They bring in Young Gren as a utility player, but again, you're not really going to see the subs necessarily factor into gameplay. So their core 5 in terms of their skaters remains the same, and that consistency that familiarity could end up paying dividends for them in this event. When you think back to the Blue Jackets Gaming Summer Cup, they were eliminated in the semis, and they want to give their best effort here in the Sharks Pacific Cup to try and make it back into the Final Four here in this one. But it's going to be a tough start because right away they draw against Composure, and that's a veteran team when you think about their back end, led by Crease Police Odie, and then bringing back a player like Official Mark on that blue line is a huge pickup for Composure. Also making another addition and bringing PTP back onto the wing. But I think it's really all about Tendy and hit that up front for Composure. We saw in the NA Cup that Tendy was really a catalyst on offense for Composure in that event, and I would expect much of the same from him here at the Sharks Pacific Cup.
No, absolutely. And just by taking a look at their past performances, guys, so the last title that each of these squads has won, BBB really finished off NHL 19, winning back-to-back ESHL championships, but then had a rough start to NHL 20 before finally kind of solidifying their roster, something we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Composure winning the ESHL in Season 12, but then the NA Arena finish for top 8 for Composure, BBB as well, and then the CBJ Summer Cup finish top 4 for BBB as they really came alive late in the year. An unfortunate early exit for Composure in that, and then again you see that bottom line established in 2011. Composure and BBB have been around a long time, and I'm excited to look in a little bit more into this matchup here as we take a look at tonight's starting lineup. For Composure, we will have PTP, who is back with the squadron after leaving Denial after a few tournaments. We've got Hit Dat and Tendy, like you mentioned, and then we've got Official Mark and Odie. Pretty much the foundation on that back end is Odie for Composure, and then J Money and Net. For the BBB side, for the first time in what seems like a long time, they have a roster that is set. They are not making any changes to it. Later on, as the season went along in NHL 20, we saw a lot of success in them kind of getting further and further in events, and they brought Augie in after Augie left in potential after the Caps Gaming Showcase events, and he really changed things for them as they were just a fantastic defensive team as well. So Augie and K-Cut really handling things in the back end, and then Bones, Siffle, and Jemima, some of the most creative forward groups up front. They haven't changed in a while, and then obviously Perry and Net. So I'm extremely excited to see, BBB for the first time. No more revolving door on the back end. it's going to be a pretty set lineup for them going forward. So I'm excited to see how they do, but they have got a tough test, guys. So we are going to get to that game in just a little bit, guys, but we also want to talk quickly just about the early contenders. If you guys are just coming around to the Sixes scene, put together, I spoke with some members in the community, Hannick and Wingle specifically, and he helped me put together some early contenders here, just a different list and whatnot. So we've got Entourage. They're the only franchise basically that stayed the same from the Caps Gaming Showcase, but 8 months in, their roster did not change really, and they compiled $17,500 as a squadron in NHL 20, by far the most. Then we've got Composure, like we said. And then Vertigo losing or, moving on from Rocket, who was their, highest scoring forward, replacing him with an OG in Flash Davin. So it'd be interesting to see how Vertigo does, as they were, actually one of the best, if not the best team at the end of NHL 20, as they just continually piled up top 4 finishes and championships. Moving on down the list, you see Olympia there, no longer the underdogs, as they moved on from that name, and they also moved on from Karma, HDC, and Charzan. They are now out, and Rocket from Vertigo moves in. That is going to be a fantastic thing to watch throughout this whole tournament. Is again just crazy to see the most electrifying winger, that you say so, after, we joked about it when we did other events with Vertigo and Rocket, that he's, his guaranteed, his mandatory 1 breakaway a game that you have to just account for. Like, it's going to happen. So, I mean, that one's going to be awesome to watch. Now, in our Rocket, as well as Rux into Olympia, again, formerly the underdogs. After them, we've got Cohesion, which is a mixture of Sixth Sense and Resilience, no longer together. They've formed teams, and they've got a great roster, and they also came in second in the NHL Pro, which kind of preseason event leading up to the NHL esports season. So good to see, and it's going to be fun to watch them as well. Then BBB, again, no roster changes and a really strong finish to NHL 20, which is going to be fun to watch for this event. Hidden Potential is back after the Caps Gaming Showcase making the land. They kind of went away, came back near the end of NHL 20, and they bring back CT and Shocks as the core, and then built around that. We've got Prodigy, who was one of my favorite teams to watch near the end of NHL 20. As it's a lot of PS4, just 1v1, lords, like the great, some of the great young players in the 1v1 scene, and that usually doesn't translate, but man, they have surprised everyone, as they've done fantastic and gone further in every single event that they've gone on, so it's going to be fun to watch them. We've got Royalty, which is, again, another mixture of top-end talent here. That's another team that just kind of formed. So we'll see if that, how long that chemistry takes to develop. Nemesis, they've got the 3 former underdogs, guys. So HZ, Charzan, and Karma all went over, and they formed Nemesis. So it'll be fun to watch them, and it'll be great to see if Olympia and Nemesis ever match up in our format for sure. And then rounding it out, we've got Denial, who we're going to see later on. PTP leaving them to go back to Composure, bringing in Gruel and Mateer. So we'll see from former Phantoms players. And then lastly, we've got Day 1 with a lot of known names in the Sixes community with Nuge, Trabi, Keeks, and Gergs. We'll see how they do. But it's going to be an absolute blast this season. But let's just talk momentarily. I'm watching right now. BBB is in the lab just practicing. And again, guys, we are going to get to game number 1 very, very shortly. As maybe we'll see a little breakaway. What do they got here? Anything? I mean, Bones is money on the breakaways.
It's actually pretty impressive watching them in the lab here, cycling with the puck movement. And, you can tell that there's a lot of chemistry here on BBB. They're just so familiar with each other. It'll be interesting to see if it pays dividends once this game gets going. But, yeah, this is going to be a really interesting night of matchups. We've got 4 great teams queued up for tonight. I mean, we've really focused in on our first matchup here, but our second matchup is also going to be a tantalizing one, as we've got Denial taking on Ground and Pound, and we'll get into that a little bit more later in the show. But this first one, it's going to be pretty fun to see what this BBB squad can do against Composure. We're so familiar with so many of these guys on BBB. Of course, Bones, Jemima, Odie. We've seen them at a number of LAN events over the years. Of course, a number of online events as well. Not to take anything away from Composure, because I think we've probably got just as many friends on that team as well. So it's really kind of which way is your heart pulling in this one. I don't know that I'm going to make a prediction on the spot, but I think we're going to be treated to a really entertaining couple of games to start off the broadcast.
You have to make a prediction, man. Like, that's what we have to do. You have to make a prediction. I want to see, I'll tell you what, I want to see BBB come out firing here, but I'm also super intrigued to see how PTP performs for Composure. Again, they made some roster changes, and I'm curious to see, as BBB has not done anything for like the first time in a long time. So we are going to see how that all plays out. And again, guys, we're about to get into game number 1. We're going to take just a quick second while they search for their game, which should be quickly. We're going to hear it from our sponsor, WD Black, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we are just waiting for the first game to get. They are about to search here. Okay, give me your prediction. Maybe no bias, just how do you feel? How do you feel going into this first one?
Okay, well, I guess, during the break, I was looking at my notes, and you had about 10 teams on your contender list. I cut that down to 5. And while I love BBB, they didn't make my top 5. So I guess I got to lean with Composure because they are in my top 5 contenders for the Sharks Pacific Cup. This is a 3-point system, right? You got to pick up your wins here. I think Composure is going to get 1 win for sure. I think they'll pick up the win in the first game. The second game, I could see that being an overtime game, and I'll give Composure the win in OT in game number 2.
I am going to go with the chemistry. I will say BBB sweeps the first 2 games. I'm probably wrong, but here, I'm going to die on that flag. I just think that it's really good that they stuck together finally after, so many times it just that revolving door of players. But we are almost ready, guys, for game number 1 of the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. As you see, they are now in the lobby. We're just waiting for them to start up here. And again, guys, thank you for joining us, everyone. If you're new to the scene, I hope you stick around. We will be live Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And it will be myself and Nico on the call with, maybe a few special guests throughout, but who's to say? Who's to say? We'll see how it goes as we get ready for game number 1, guys. But I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you're as excited as we are. As here we go with game number 1. I do want to say that the one thing that you have to remember is that these teams will not have to play each other in the modified Swiss format again, so maybe it's a good thing to get out of the way early. But we'll see, guys. Here we go with game number 1 and Nico on the call.
All right, folks, let's get you set as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Our first game of the tournament pits BBB against Composure. Here you get a look at the starting lineups for both teams, as it'll be BBB in the white jerseys with red trim, Composure wearing the dark kits. As we're just awaiting the opening puck drop here in this one. Should be a great game. As here we go, it's hit that, squaring off against Sitful for the opening face-off. BBB take possession as Augie moves across the neutral zone. He plays it over to K-Cut, up the wing to Jemima, gets the puck in deep. Bones. Actually, that's Sitful who plays it behind the net, tries to play it back to the point. Augie lets the shot go through traffic, but it was blocked, and now it's controlled by Composure. PTP had it out of the zone, but quickly it's secured once again by Composure as they look to break up. Odie, his pass picked off, controlled now by K-Cut. As he starts to wheel up for BBB. Makes the pass ahead to Jemima. Over to Sitful. Shot right on. Good save there by Crease Police, his first of the game.
You see that early hard trap of the line by Composure, but BBB threatened the needle with a nice early chance on. We'll see if that continues, but yeah, that trap is going to be awfully difficult as Composure, one of the better teams at slowing things down at their own blue line.
Mark trying to wheel out of his own zone here for Composure. Makes a good pass up the wing. Breaking in, here's a chance. The one-timer turned away. Great blocker save by Perry Lizer on that chance for Composure. Here goes BBB in transition. Bones working the wing, plays it back. It's with K-Cut at the point, back to Bones. He tries to find his way in front, nothing doing. Now it's controlled by Composure. As they bring it into the zone, Composure looking for an option, playing it around the boards, picked up by Odie at the point. Goes over to Mark, plays it down low for PTP. Back to Mark, tries to feed it for PTP, broken up. Hit that, gets tripped. We're going to have our first power play of the game as that sharp angle shot turned away. PTP advances it. Odie at the hash marks, takes it behind the goal. The one-timer, a big save by Perry Lizer. The play still stays alive. Back to the point. I believe that's Odie. He plays it over to Mark. Mark pinching in, takes it right through the crease, and finally it's whistled down for the penalty.
Crazy forecheck there by Composure early on as they put it all towards the net. Perry coming up huge early. We'll see if they can capitalize on their first power play.
Composure trying to scrum towards the net, but it's cleared out by BBB, and now Jemima, shorthanded, makes the pass over to Odie. He tries to toe drag his way in front. Check, that was Sitful for BBB, but it's stripped away by Odie. Here goes Mark for Composure. Drops off to Odie. Sidesteps the first check, plays it over to his defensive partner, Mark. Back to Odie, he tries to tee up the clapper, that was blocked. Jemima unable to clear it, hit that with it. Back to the point for Odie, steps into the high slot, his shot blocked. Loose puck, that one's smothered by Perry.
Man, something I'm curious to see. Are we going to see a goalie pull? The goalie can come out and be a skater? We'll see if they take advantage of that at all. But no, a couple of good saves early by Perry. Looking strong early on. What he's going to need to. His Composure is all over him here early.
Good puck movement by Composure as they try sweep it in front. The initial shot attempt blocked. The puck stays in the zone as Odie holds it in. Tendy, he's looking for an option. Tries to shovel it in front. Nothing doing. Now it's Bones who plays it ahead for Sitful. Tries to go cross ice. K-Cut out of the box. The penalty now over. BBB plays it back to Augie, the left defenseman, with 9:10 remaining in the first period as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. 0-0 the score in this one between BBB and Composure, but here goes Composure as Hit That tries to wheel through the neutral zone, makes the pass over to PTP, bank pass now controlled by Hit That. Tendy into the zone offside, so Odie has to wheel back between the blue lines. Odie makes the pass to Mark, now to Tendy as they gain the zone, trying to find PTP in front, but it's broken up, and now here goes K-Cut for BBB. His pass blocked by PTP, couldn't quite shovel it over to Tendy, otherwise he would have been off to the races. But here goes Sitful as he makes the pass. Bones into the zone. Jemima going down low. Bank pass picked off by PTP with 5:10 remaining in the first period. PTP, he's got Tendy. Oh, what a beauty! Right on the spot, the one-timer finished off by Tendy, and Composure take the 1-0 lead.
Great goal there. He fades the defenseman, follows him, but isn't able to intercept, and he bangs that one home as Tendy is going to open up the scoring here in this series on a great goal for Composure.
4:20 remaining in the first period as BBB try answer back. K-Cut plays ahead for Sitful. His pocket pick. Odie, he's nearly stripped of the puck as a couple of BBB players forechecking. But it's Composure clearing it out through center. PTP, he passes it back to Odie. Tendy down low in the corner. He's got the lone goal so far. Odie plays it back to Tendy. PTP from below the goal line tried to shovel it in, but Perry with the save.
Gonna need an answer back here from BBB, whether even if it's not a goal, some zone time. Is they started out the game pretty well, but after that power play, it's been all Composure since.
Scrum from the face-off. Composure win it, but PTP's pass out of the range of Odie and back inside their own zone. So Mark starts to wheel out with 1:30 remaining in the first. Odie across center ice. He's got a lane to skate. PTP up the wall, but it's stripped away by, I believe that was Jemima there. As here goes Augie up the wing. He has to pull back. Controlled by K-Cut with 20 seconds remaining. Bouncing puck picked up by Sitful as he'll try get one more shot away. That's blocked by Hit That. Odie plays it ahead for Tendy. 2 seconds remaining. His shot blocked. And after the opening period of play, it's Composure leading 1-0.
Great first period from Composure. We take a second away to hear from our sponsors.
Black Performance Storage, purpose built for gaming. SSD speed that obliterates load times. Performance to transform your game. Expanded capacity to store more. Drive your game.
All right, guys, welcome back. And again, great first period from Composure there. BBB started out early the first couple of rushes, but ever since that power play, it's been all Composure. We're going to see if that second period, if BBB can get some zone time, work things around the outside. I mean, they're a really off-the-rush team, and there hasn't really been a lot of that other than that first drive. We'll see what happens here in the second period.
We're underway as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming.
Oh,
what a beautiful response from BBB as Bones buries it after being set up by Sitful, and we're all square at one.
And right on cue, an off-the-rush beauty for BBB as they answer right back immediately. Great goal there for BBB, and we'll see now what happens if we get an answer from Composure.
And here goes Jemima, cross pass. Oh, what a beautiful sauce to Bones. But he couldn't beat the Tendy as Crease Police comes up big. Power play here for BBB.
Got a chance to take the lead now.
So from the draw, Sitful ties up, comes up with the puck himself, fires that one wide. Jemima over to Augie. Oh, what a great glove save by Crease Police.
The Og Dog letting one rip from the high slot, but a huge save there from J Money on the penalty kill.
That's what you need. You gotta have your best penalty killer on the ice as the goaltender. And oh boy, did J Money, Crease Police come up big with that glove save. K-Cut, his shot from the point, traffic in front. Easy save that time for
K-Cut trying to get into the action. The out-of-town scoreboard. Entourage versus Prodigy, two of the known contenders in this tournament. Currently 3-1 for Prodigy over Entourage, so would be an upset if that were to stay the same, but a very, very good matchup there.
Sharp angle shot from Bones, blockered away, puck stays in the zone, 45 seconds left on the power plays. The one-timer from Augie was bouncing around, but never made it on net. Cleared down the ice as you'll remember Entourage, the winners of the Northern Arena Cup 6's tournament, so yeah, that would be an upset if they dropped their opener. But here on the power play, BBB shovel it on net, and that one turned away by J Money. Power play now over as Jemima with a spin move in the shot that was turned away. Odie, he can't clear the zone. He gets it back, and good lead pass to PTP. Tendy going in offside as Augie plays it over to Jemima. Back to the defenseman as Sitful has it stripped away. 2-on-1 brewing here for Composure. Tendy can't feed the pass over. Defended brilliantly there on the back check by Augie, and the sprawl out play by K-Cut. And now K-Cut carries it ahead. He gets the puck in deep as Mark first on it for Composure. PTP plays it over to hit that. Quick touch passing ahead to Tendy by way of Odie. Back to Odie. Around the boards to PTP. He runs out of room as Augie steps into his lane. Loose puck picked up by PTP. 12 minutes remaining in the period. That shot from Odie off a skate wide. Odie gets it back. Mark receiving the pass. His shot blockered away. Good save by Paralyzer. Mark sets up the opportunity for Tendy, but the one-timer blocked. And now Augie plays it ahead. Good job to back up his teammate there as K-Cut comes up with it for BBB as we approach the midway mark of the second period. As Jemima tries to squeeze his way along the sidewall. You're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Here goes Composure. They try to shovel it in front. Odie with the puck. Over to Tendy, the one-timer. High bounce off the end boards. No one there for Composure to bank it in. K-Cut, he can't gain the zone initially as we get an offside called with 8:12 remaining.
It was a while ago, but that step up and dive by K-Cut to bail out Augie. Augie and K-Cut both extremely aggressive in the offensive zones. They've got to be careful and make sure that Sitful rotates back because on the one rush that Augie decides to go up in, who's a very good offensive defenseman, there was a turnover at the blue line, and it was a 2-on-1 and a great diving play there by K-Cut. Was able to thwart that. I want to see some more forechecking from Jemima. He's one of the best forecheckers among the wingers in this tournament, so we'll see if he gets in on the forecheck a little bit.
There's a sauce attempt for PTP off the mark. Odie's one-timer gets blocked. Good poke check there by Odie to keep the puck in the zone as K-Cut pinned up against the end boards by PTP. Composure come up with it. Oh, hit that. Unable to put it on net as PTP plays it back to Mark. Hit that from the face-off dot. Quick touch passing. How did that one stay out as I believe it was Sitful who came up with it in the crease. Puck into the corner. Sitful digs it out for BBB. Tries to center it for Jemima. Broken up as PTP takes it for Composure. 3:40 remaining in the second period. Into the zone goes the centerman. Hit that. He makes the pass over to PTP. Clear shooting lane off the post. Great chance there, and he's denied by the Iron. Puck out of the zone. 2:35 remaining in the period. Mark, he flips it into the far corner. Hit that, gets to it first for Composure. Odie off the half wall. Spins back down low as he makes the pass. K-Cut comes up with it, and here goes BBB in transition with 1:20 remaining. Bones streaking up the wing, drops it back to Sitful. Tries to shovel it in front, but right there was Crease Police as he had the paddle down for that save.
Great answer back period here for BBB. And they've given up chances end to end, but that first period was pretty much all Composure, so it was good to see them answer back early and then keep up the pressure as the period went on.
Augie from the face-off win, tipped in front. Big save by Crease Police, kicking out the right pad to make that save. 10 seconds remaining. Tendy makes the pass to Hit that. He can't get a clear lane as Bones comes up with it. Augie, he'll shovel it ahead. The final few seconds tick off the clock as, well, they couldn't quite capitalize on that break, and after two, we're all squared at one.
You look at the time on attack here, it's double for Composure. The shots, though, BBB, it looks like they're content. Augie and K-Cut just letting them go from the point, trying to get some tips, and it was dirty goals, which is, a fine strat there. I mean, if they are there, they'll take them. And Augie and K-Cut, definitely two of the more offensively minded defensemen in NA 6v6s. That is a great feed by Sitful to Bones on that game-tying goal there. And again, just off the rush, they're so dynamic and whatnot. So good to see that. But we'll see. Jemima's been quiet this game. We'll see if he can get into this game in the third period. Not a lot from Odie either offensively. He likes to command the puck from the point here. We'll see if he answers or comes back alive in the third period.
As we're now underway in the third period of play, you're tuned in to the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. It's BBB in the white, taking on Composure in the blue. We're all tied up at one as Composure brings it in with PTP. He drops it back to Hit that, over to Odie at the top of the point, makes the pass to Tendy. PTP receives the pass, but brings it into the scrum with Augie there, and they try pin him up against the boards. Luke's puck picked up by Tendy, trying to find some space. We'll see if anyone attempts the Michigan in gameplay, as that's one of the sweet
That's a
moves
GG if that ever happens in one of these, man. That's it. That's a log off uninstall.
Yeah, it would be quite the viral play as Hit that tries the shot. Pulling off his post just a little bit was Perry Lizer, but he gets back and covers it for the draw.
Good pressure earlier for Composure early on. BBB's got to thwart this early and keep it close. Try not to give up that second goal here.
Composure win the face-off. Oh, what a beauty! PTP threads the needle on the pass to Hit that, and he buries it into the open net to give Composure a 2-1 lead.
Welcome back, PTP, to Composure on a great feed out in front. And Hit that's going to bury that one. Great play there. As it now 2-1, and Composure is rolling here early in the third period.
As you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, hosted by League Gaming, and it's now Composure leading 2-1 here with 14 minutes remaining in the third. That shot from distance goes wide, picked up here by Hit that. He's got the go-ahead goal for Composure, but he gives it up to Jemima. Oh, beautiful execution as Sitful buries it. Jemima causes the turnover, and just like that, BBB tie the game at 2.
There it is, man. He's relentless on the forecheck, causes the turnover, and now it's an answer goal immediately. We got ourselves a game, folks, here in game number 1.
Puck brought into the zone by BBB. Jemima set up for the one-timer from Sitful, but that one blocked. Stays in the zone. Good pinch by Augie to hold it. Jemima comes up with it. Good forechecking, but quickly Mark gets it back for Composure. His pass picked off by Sitful. Jemima trying to corral the loose puck. He plays it back as it'll be brought up by K-Cut. 11 minutes remaining in the third period of play as BBB dump it into the zone. Loose puck picked up by Sitful. Tries to play it over to Bones. Bones back to the point for Augie. His shot through traffic, sticked away, and then the rebound behind the net. Jemima back to the top of the point for K-Cut. He sidesteps his man. Sharp angle shot saved by Crease Police, and he'll hold that for the faceoff.
And there's K-Cut in, stepping in from the point. We do have word that Entourage did in fact lose in regulation to Prodigy, so those PS4 kids just continuing their strong finish to NHL 20. They knocked down Composure, one of the tournament's best. Oh!
Oh, Jemima buries it short side, and BBB are in front 3-2.
I think that's one that J Money's going to want back here as he just runs right into when he moves off the post. I mean, yeah, that's a weird animation. It looks like he tried to hug the post and he bounced off of it. And sure enough, Jemima. And I said I wanted to see more out of him in the third period, and just like that, he causes the turnover for their second goal, and now they have their first lead of the game. That was a weird animation because he didn't move away from it. He went to go hug the post and he bounced off of it, giving that opening for Jemima. That's a tough one to give up regardless.
Yeah, tough break there for Composure and Crease Police. A bad animation, but full credit to Jemima. He capitalizes, and now BBB are in front 3-2 as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, hosted by League Gaming. We've got 8:10 remaining in the third period of gameplay, but here go Composure. Tendy, he opened up the scoring in this game, but there it's stripped away from him and now controlled by Bones. Augie taking the space in front, plays it over to Jemima. That pass picked off by Tendy. He tries the self-sauce, plays it back to the point for Odie. Good quick touch passing here from Composure. This is how they got their second goal. Let's see if they can capitalize once again. Nothing doing there as K-Cut not only takes it away and clears it, but then a penalty coming here. Great job there by BBB.
Great job there. Again, off the rush, drawing the penalty. This is a big moment here. They can get this goal. I mean, regardless, they're going to be able to kill some clock here.
5:40 remaining in the period now as Jemima tries to jam it in. He gets his own rebound behind the net, plays it over to the point where Augie tees up a clapper. The puck pinballed around, but now it's cleared down the ice by Hit That. 5 minutes remaining in the third period of gameplay. Here goes K-Cut leading the rush for BBB. Quick touch passing sees Jemima bring it up right into the slot area, but his shot attempt gets blocked, and now PTP clears it the length of the ice. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for BBB as Sitful drops it off for K-Cut. Sitful receives the pass back. He's checked closely by Odie. Sitful to Jemima. That shot got blocked. Tendy getting in the way of the shot. He can't clear the zone. The power play now over as here's Mark out of the box. 3:20 remaining in the third period. Here comes Composure. Hit That. Plays it down low to PTP. Back out intended for Mark out of his range, and that'll end up back inside the Composure zone. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third. You're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming as BBB trying to hold on for a win here against Composure in our first game of the night. That shot attempt coming from the stick of Mark, blocked, and now it's controlled by Bones. Plays it over to Sitful.
Oof.
Final minute of play here in the third period as Sitful's pass went right through the crease, kept in the zone, but it's quickly corralled by Mark. Composure have got to hurry up here as PTP plays it over to Tendy, back to PTP, but once again the passing for Composure not on the mark, and they have to start up again inside their own zone. Puck played ahead, PTP trying to track it down. K-Cut gets to it first. Nice job by Sitful. Bones draws it over to Augie, who then softly dumps it into the far corner. 30 seconds remaining. Hit That. He receives the pass. Tries to open up some space. Gains the zone. No, he goes offside with 23 seconds remaining.
Good final minute here for BBB, just clearing the puck out, trying to make sure they limit any chance. I feel like they've got one more left in them for Composure, though.
It certainly feels like they might be able to tie this up as Hit That with a good shot attempt. He went low glove side, but Paralyzer there for the save.
They're definitely holding on. Need a big face-off win out of Sitful here for BBB if they want to keep this.
18.4 seconds remaining on the clock. Hit That and Sitful. Square off for the draw. Scrum.
Oh.
PTP scores! Oh my goodness, right from the face-off. The winger picks up the loose puck and fires it home, and we're all tied at 3.
What a snipe as he picks the low blocker, and we've got a tie game, folks.
Oh, as BBB tries to answer back, they shovel one on that. Final 10 seconds of regulation here. As it looks like we're going to overtime in our opening game. Here goes Sitful, makes the pass ahead for K-Cut. 1 second remaining, and that's it. We're going to overtime.
In the three-point system, that's a big L there just for the regulation not getting that regulation point there. They had 17 seconds to go, and right off the face-off, PTP, welcome back to Composure, as he put up a great performance here in game number 1. He ties things up for the boys in blue, and we'll see what happens here. We've got overtime. Of course we got overtime in game 1, man. Of course we do, right? Okay, the Oway overtime challenge. What do you got? Who do you got?
All right, I am going Jemima for BBB, and I'll say Tendy for Composure.
I'm gonna say Hit Dat and Sitful, the 2 centers.
Here we go. We're underway in overtime as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming as we get the early offside there against BBB. You can see there the shots 15-10 favoring BBB as from the face-off, it's controlled by the boys in white as Augie brings it across center ice, gets the puck in deep. Bones giving chase, finds Jemima with the pass, plays it back to the point for K-Cut. Traffic in front, Augie's shot, that one goes wide. Sitful picks it up. In tight, Jemima, he can't shovel it in as Crease Police coming up big there between the posts for Composure. Sitful working the right wing. PTP tries to check him off the puck. Sitful plays it back to K-Cut. He tees up a clever, trickling just wide. Jemima blocked his own shot. There's another chance. Jemima can't jam it in. Oh my goodness, BBB throw everything at the net, but can't beat Crease Police.
It is a mess around that net, and somehow it stays tied. Unbelievable.
From the face-off, BBB hold the zone. Bones, his shot gets blocked. He gets it back. Jemima's one-timer off the outside of the post. Jemima plays it back as Augie, his shot blocked. There's a chance for Jemima. That one blocked by Mark. Furious chances here for BBB as the tension must be feeling high right now for Composure. They try calm things down through the neutral zone as Hit Dat plays it over to PTP. Hit Dat gets it back looking for Tendy. He picks up the puck. PTP can't come up with it. Here's K-Cut for BBB. Across center ice, he dumps it softly into the far corner. Bones overskates it. Tendy there as well, and it's Tendy who picks it up for Composure. He reverses the breakout over to official Mark as he's got PTP working up through the neutral zone. He makes the pass ahead for Hit Dat over to Odie. Odie stepping in from the point, finds Tendy, and that one just rips wide. Great chance there for Composure. PTP, his sharp angle shot goes wide, and the puck outside of the zone all the way back inside Composure territory. As we approach the midway mark of overtime, you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Soft dump into the corner where Tendy had it. Cleared down the ice as, well, that could have been nasty. Crease Police shovels it over to the corner. Jemima tries to work his way in front. Nothing doing that time. Tendy across center ice for Composure. Had the puck stripped away, but Mark there to back him up. Odie with 8:35 remaining plays ahead for PTP. He gets run over, and here goes K-Cut up the ice after that big hit. K-Cut tries to sauce it over to Bones. That's broken up. Tendy drops it back for Odie, sidesteps the first forward checker, plays it back to Tendy, his pocket picked, and here goes Jemima. Bank pass, well executed ahead to Bones. Bones plays it around the boards where K-Cut comes up with it. He runs out of space. Jemima plays it back to Augie, but he's outside the blue line, and with 6:10 remaining in overtime, BBB try to start up once again. PTP, big open ice hit, as now it's controlled by Odie. He tries to flip it over to Hit Dat. Under pressure, he lays it off to Mark. 5 minutes remaining in overtime. PTP brings it into the zone. Tendy, as he gets hit off the puck, a scrum ensues, and it's Bones who comes away with it. Sitful, he's got Jemima up the middle. Plays it over to Bones as he works the left wing, plays it around the boards. K-Cut pinching in from the point. Back to Bones. They're trying to set something up here on the cycle. As Augie shot right on, and J-Money will hold that one with 3:19 remaining.
It's a great tip play in front, as you saw Jemima just immediately go to the net, and Augie let it go. Double OT.
It could be going that way. As the puck controlled here by Composure. Mark under pressure does well to evade the forecheck of Jemima. He's got it back and into BBB's zone with 2 minutes remaining. But here goes K-Cut. K-Cut wheeling up the ice. Room to skate. He makes a good move across the line. Tries to find Bones with the pass. It's broken up. Tendy receiving the pass from Hit Dat. Puck poked away and now controlled by Bones. Reverses it to K-Cut. 1:40 remaining in overtime. As K-Cut plays ahead for Sitful, but that move at the blue line draws them offside.
It's crazy how much time on attack Composure has, because I just don't feel like it's come in such spurts. Like, we think back to that first period, they probably had a 4-minute kind of just piece in that period alone where they couldn't, where they hemmed BB in their zone, but there's just not a lot of cycling going on from Composure. It's all just kind of off the rush, which isn't really like them. Like, they, you know, Tendy and obviously Hit that a really good chemistry between the center and winger, but just not a lot of cycles.
Oh, great block there by Augie as it was a 2-on-1 for Composure. Tendy going to the net, and Augie sprawls out to make a game-saving block. Here goes Sitful into the zone, tries to find Bones with the pass. It's broken up by the stick check. Jemima over to
Bang!
Augie, and he ends it! Oh, what a block! As Augie with a huge defensive play at one end, and then the game winner in overtime, and BBB take this one by a score of 4-3.
The Og Dog absolutely rifles one, and BBB is going to at least get the overtime win after kind of blowing the regulation win with 18 seconds to go. Good on Composure to get that point, but yeah, BBB stuck with it. It's good to see them answer some adversity early on. I mean, they trailed early and often for that whole game. It wasn't until the third period that they were able, you know, to get back in this and get the lead. As actually, I want to see if we can take a look at that goal there. As I don't know if this is going to be. This is the save.
This is the block.
Oh man.
Yeah, by Augie. Oh no, sorry, that
was the goal. That was the goal that got through. Yeah. He almost had that. That first goal where they threaded the needle was really nice, and they tried to do that in overtime, but I believe it was Mark was able to stop that, but just couldn't get through, and he finishes that one off. A couple of great plays here by BBB and Composure. I mean, all of their goals in that game, that late one here, we're going to see the one that tied it with 18 seconds to go. Little face-off play. As Tendy just, okay, this is the one out in front. Oh my god, that went through Perry.
The legs of the goalie.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that went through him. Oh no,
that's probably the pass of the tournament right there.
So far, yeah. Well, guys, we have still got a ton of action to go through. That was just game number 1. We've got 3 more to go. We've got the one coming up, game 2 between these guys. They're going to get right back into the action. And then following that, we are going to have our second series of the night, which will be Denial versus Ground and Pound. We'll have them up in just around the league. So far, we've gotten some updates. It looks like Entourage did fall to Prodigy in game number 1. Hey, guys, if you're able to watch and keep us up to date in the chat, we do appreciate it. As just a great start here to the tournament. And we're excited to keep it going here. We're going to get into game number 2 momentarily, guys. We'll be right back here with just a word from our sponsor. What would be an online stream without my camera just causing issues? Sorry for the technical delay. You can't see me. Apparently, a movie recording has stopped the automatically, so I apologize. But regardless, I'm me. That is Nico. We just saw a great game number 1 here between Composure and BBB. I mean, what were your thoughts initially? What did you like to see? What impressed you? What didn't?
You know, I got to say, I was really impressed with BBB in that game. Obviously, the first period, they didn't quite hit their gear, but from the second period on, really from the start of that second period, when they got that 1-1 tying goal, you could see that the mojo really came to them. They started to hit their stride. They were moving the puck well. They were playing so smart. You know, if they keep that up, they're definitely going to be a contender here in this tournament. You know, I expected a little more from Composure, frankly. I thought that they were a little slow, and like you kept alluding to throughout the game, they never found their cycle game really. There were a few glimpses throughout that opening game where they moved the puck well in the offensive zone, but they really need to do that more consistently and more often. And you know, it's one thing to have time on attack and not really do anything with it, and it's another thing to have, you know, quality TOA. And it felt like in that game, while Composure had a high TOA, it wasn't necessarily threatening outside of a few opportunities. And you know what? Give them credit. They found the equalizing goal when it was in crunch time, maybe about 20 seconds left in the third when they forced overtime. But really, it felt like that was a game Composure probably could have won in regulation if they played up to their best level, and they never really did in that opening game.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. And it's funny because that entire game had big moments for every single player for BBB. It was something that, you know, on Composure, there was a few members of the team where you didn't really notice. I mean, there wasn't a lot from Odie. I mean, obviously his great defensive self. That's you know, it's better to not hear your defenseman's name sometimes. But BBB, I mean, like I said earlier after the first two periods, that, you know, I wanted to see something from Jemima. He is just an absolutely relentless forechecker. He causes that turnover, gets a second goal, and then walks it in himself to take the lead. And then Perry just keeping a minute in that first period. Like I was saying earlier, but their time on attack, Composure piled up just minutes in that first period with that power play, and Perry made some great saves. You had Bones and Siffel, some big goals and pretty passing plays. It was just a really well-rounded effort. And then obviously Augie ripping it from the point. Same with K-Cut. I mean, they both made great diving saves to bail each other out, and everyone just had a moment, which was, you know, obviously great to see in their first game. We'll see how Composure answers back. They are, again, just one of the best teams in all of North American Sixes. They have been for years, so it's not like one loss early is going to, you know, absolutely derail them, anything like that. I think that was big for BBB to win that game, even though they did blow it late in that game. I mean, we think back to the CBJ event. They played Entourage in the first week. They seemed to get these really hard draws early on in the Swiss format because, you know, the odds of, you know, two of the top, you know, 10 teams matching up is extremely rare, and it seems that BBB is just the one that gets it all the time. But they, you know, they split. I believe they lost both with Entourage and then went on a 19-game win streak. So for them to get rolling early on, I think that's big for them. And again, like I said in the pregame, I think talking about it, just their lineup not changing over at all for the first time in so long, as they've just had that revolving door, especially on defense, and sticking with Augie, who was a great addition. K-Cup was just fantastic with the puck, was a great ad for them. He really, you know, kind of quarterbacked the offense, but it seemed like when you were watching games before Augie was added that he just kind of tried to do too much from the back end, whether it be breaking out all the offense, that kind of stuff. Augie plays so well defensively, and now he's starting to get more aggressive offensively, obviously, from what we just saw. And you're seeing them really, really mesh well together on that back end. And then, you know, Paralyzer, one of the better goaltenders in North America as well. But again, just a great all-around first game, guys. And we have got game 2 underway for you as the action does not stop here. Chat, thank you guys for hanging out. We're over 700 viewers right now. Thank you for watching myself and Nico, and again for the Sharks for putting on the biggest 6v6 event so far, presented by WD Black. We're excited to be here all season long for you guys as we get ready for game number 2 between BBB and Composure.
Here we go. You're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, hosted by League Gaming. It was BBB taking the opening matchup 4-3 in overtime. The teams will wear the same jerseys going into game number 2 here. Let's see what happens in this rematch between Composure and BBB as we get set for the opening puck drop. 110 teams registered, $25,000 prize pool. It's the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, hosted by League Gaming. And here we are as BBB win the opening face-off, and it'll be Sitful picking up the puck out of his own zone. K-Cut streaking up the ice, gains the zone, but he goes offside just a minute 5 into the game.
We'll see how Composure adjusted. They really had some nice passing plays to split that trap at the line, did BBB in that after that first period there, and even in the first period in game number 1. We'll see if that continues or if Composure kind of stops that going into game 2.
Odie gets to the loose puck around the wall, quickly played up to PTP, has hit that, tries to open up a lane. Mark comes up with the loose puck, PTP's pass intended for Tendy. Augie steps up and takes it away. Bones, his pass picked off by Odie as he shovels it ahead for hit that. At the hash marks, centers in front for Tendy, but he can't get a shooting lane, and now Bones comes away with it for BBB. Bones, good protection of the puck, tries the sharp angle shot. It's saved and held by Crease Boots.
Great patience there. He's pressured numerous times, and that didn't force a pass through bodies. Takes the shot after, but good on him to hold on to that puck and not get flustered as the pressure was there.
Sitful wins it. Bones makes the pass to Jemima off the back of the net. Stepping in is K-Cut. From the face-off dot, he draws a power play as another tripping call coming against Mark.
Big early moment here for BBB.
From the face-off, BBB win the draw. Bones plays it into the far corner. PTP tries to clear the line, held in by Augie. Augie takes it all the way down low, tries to shovel it in front. It's blocked. K-Cut holds the zone on the power play. K-Cut from the face-off dot, snipes it! What a goal! Top cheese, baby! It's 1-0 BBB.
Yeah, what are these D-men doing, man? They're just absolutely roasting the top corners here as BBB K-Cut gets on the board with a big goal there. What a keep by Bones at the other end, though. That was a saucer out. Bones able to knock it down, and then Augie sending it over to K-Cut. Great goal there.
Composure try to respond as that shot from hit that, saved by the glove hand of Paralyzer.
Unreal. What a snipe. We haven't seen those kind of goals in sixes in quite some time. That was nice.
That was a beautiful snipe on the power play by K-Cut to give BBB the 1-0 lead here in the first period of our second game of the broadcast. We've got 2 more on the docket. Stay tuned as it'll be Denial taking on Ground and Pound in our next 2 games. But here goes Composure as it's played ahead for Tendy. He's trying to spring himself free up the wing. Closed down by K-Cut, played around the boards, but it's K-Cut who comes up with it for BBB. Bank pass ahead to Bones. Across the line, Bones, great feed over to Jemima, but he runs out of room, and now Odie plays it over to Mark. Hit that. PTP back to Mark as he wheels around with Jemima checking him. Good pass to free up Hit that as he tries to shield it, but Jemima comes away with possession. Approaching the midway mark of the first period, you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. K-Cut receives the pass, steps in from the point. Oh, what a beautiful goal as Bones buries it on the one-timer, and it's 2-0 BBB.
Another fantastic goal from BBB as they jump out to a 2-0 lead. And just like the slower style, the really defensive style of Composure, it's me interesting how many they can get back into this one. As normally they are, low scoring affairs, so they've got to tighten things up here as we're 10 minutes into the first period and it's already 2-0 BBB.
BBB looking good at this point as Augie sends it ahead for Sitful. What a goal! Crazier than a cereal sandwich. What a play by Augie to thread the needle, sending Sitful in all alone. And it's 3-0 for BBB. 3 goals on 4 shots here in the first period of play.
Guy was just itching to get the cereal sandwich in there eventually here. I mean, Sitful is known for scoring 4 goals on 3 shots, so I guess that isn't really all that impressive as he buries the 3rd goal for BBB on their 4th shot, and that was just a defensive lapse again. It's something to watch out for is the cut plays and the passing plays that BBB is doing. It looks like official Mark is sticking with the weak side player here, but he's staying even with him, and that player is able to collect the pass. It's how they did that cut play in the first, and they keep going for it. And then on that one, Sitful able to get through and just go upstairs, and a 3-0 lead here. Crazy start here for BBB.
It's all BBB right now here in this one with 6:45 remaining in the first. Turned over. Here goes Jemima back into the zone. He runs out of space. Has Hit that, plays it ahead for Tendy. Picked up now by Hit that through center ice as they go in offside with 5:50 remaining.
Crazy start here. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, me neither. Very impressive by BBB.
We'll see if that next goal, if Composure can get the next one. I think that, 4 might be a little too much, but 3, the most dangerous lead in hockey, right, man?
Yeah, certainly in Chell, that's for sure. As Augie plays it cross ice to K-Cut. He tries to gain the zone, but Jemima a step ahead, and we get another offside call.
I mean, not many of the goals, other than that one with Jemima, for that third goal by Jemima in game number 1. I mean, J Money hasn't really, it hasn't really been his fault for any of these ones, but he needs to make a big one, I think, just to, you get the confidence up here, or maybe at least Composure the rest of the team to have some confidence. Is that 3 goals on 4 shots is tough.
Soft dump into the far corner, chopped at by Tendy. It's around the boards where PTP picks it up for Composure. Hit that, sidesteps the check of Sitful. Hit that, receives the pass back from Tendy. Mark gets it from Odie. Tees up the shot, big rebound after the initial save by Perry. Odie at the point, sidesteps the first check, then he gets hit by Jemima. Loose puck, Tendy gets it back. Hit that, has his pocket pick. And now it's ahead for Jemima by way of Sitful. 1:20 remaining in the first period of play. K-Cut has his pocket picked. Here goes Tendy for Composure. He can't draw it over. Great job by both K-Cut and Augie there defensively. Augie plays ahead, but BBB go in offside with 28 seconds remaining.
It's the small details that are impressive to watch throughout this, and there was a play early on in that sequence where the puck rimmed around, and K-Cut could have stepped up. Even with a 3-goal lead, he is one of the most aggressive defenders, and normally in past tournaments I think he would have, but I don't know if they're changing their play style to try and make sure that they play safe with the lead or whatnot. But that was just a really nice play by him to just play for the possession and whatnot, and give it up and go back into his own zone instead of just stepping up and potentially giving up a 2-on-1. So it's good to see BBB playing a really good team game so far. 3-0. I mean, you can't complain to that. 4 shots, that probably not going to be able to keep that shooting percentage up. But Composure's going to have to get going here as they're out TOA'd, which wasn't the case in game number 1. So we'll see how they answer back here. I think maybe a big power play, something like that. They haven't really had a cycle game at all throughout. Even the first 2 games, they led in TOA. It was just... It didn't feel like it at all. It just felt like BBB had the control majority of the game, and I think the majority of it came in that first power play in the first period. But we'll see how period 2 goes here in game number 2, as we've got some other games to report on. We'll get into those in just a moment.
As you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming, it's BBB leading 3-0 here as we are into the second period of play. Composure trying to claw their way back, but it's BBB with possession as Augie's shot easily saved, and it's held for the face-off by Crease Boots.
This next goal is huge. I think BBB gets it. That's it. If Composure can get the next one, I think that we might be able to have a game.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. It's just a question of, can Composure find their stride? They've really had trouble clicking so far, especially in this game. But here's Mark with the puck. Oh. His shot blockered away. Good chance. Perry Lizer with a strong save. Mark feeds it down low to PTP, tries to shovel it back out front. But once again, those passes just a little bit off the mark. Sitful picks it up. He rips one. That one just goes high and wide. Jemima. Puck stripped away from him. It's controlled by PTP. Stick check by Augie. And now controlled by Jemima. Great move as he beats one man. Tries to jam it in short side. But a blocker save there by J Money. Good chance for BBB to get that 4th goal. Turned away as here goes PTP up for Composure. He couldn't feed the pass over to Mark. Held in the zone by Odie. Tendy below the net. Plays it over to PTP. He's hit. The puck comes loose. Jemima can't control it as it's cleared to the line, but not out. Mark's shot right on, saved by Perry, and he'll hold that one for the faceoff.
Jemima trying to montage there for that 4th goal on that between the legs move. Wasn't able to finish it off, but looks like they're trying to get a little bit more creative here as the game goes on with that 3-goal lead.
13:37 remaining in the second period of play. Oh, what a save! Perry Lizer robs, hit that right on the doorstep.
I mean, that's got to be so demoralizing. They finally get a really good quality chance. Perry hasn't really had to do much of anything this whole game, and he robs him in tight on the backhand.
A huge chance for Composure. Tendy gets it back as his shot attempt gets blocked. Bones makes the pass over to Jemima. Bones fighting for possession against Odie. Plays it around the boards where Sitful comes up with it. Sitful holding it, makes the cross ice pass. Jemima takes it behind the net. Bones back in front. Great chance. Big save by Crease Police with a good kick stop there. Tendy over to hit that. Mark plays it up to PTP, offside temporarily. They bring it back into the zone as hit that, trying to make a move. Plays it in front for Tendy. His backhander gets blocked. Jemima, his pocket picked, but he's able to retain it only for a moment. Here goes Odie ahead for Composure. Tendy behind the net. PTP centers it. No one there in blue to get a stick on it. Augie controls it with 9 minutes remaining in the second period as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Bones brings it into the zone, stripped away. Here goes, I believe that's Tendy. Yes, he drops it back for hit that. He runs out of real estate as now Bones controls it for BBB. Held up at the line, good stick check. Tendy, he can't corral it as it's controlled by BBB, rimmed around the boards, picked up by K-Cut. He's offside there against Composure as PTP was in the zone off.
A couple of great chances here by Composure into the second period. They're trying to fight back into this one.
Composure win the face-off, but once again go in offside. Sleeves, it just seems like they aren't quite all on the same page. You know, there's just a little bit of miscommunication there with Composure.
Hey, I mean, they're the ones that did, change up their roster going into it. Now, obviously, adding 2 familiar faces, so it's not like it's 2 brand new guys. They played together for, tons of season and games and whatnot, so it's nothing crazy. But maybe it just takes, that competitive feel. You can scrim all you want, but until you actually get into a game like this, when nerves are high and you're trying to read off them in instant, make all these great plays, it could take a couple games to get going. And again, BBB, good on them to stick together.
Yeah, it's paying dividends right now, the consistency in their lineup as Jemima receives the pass from Sitful, but then he shoveled it away. Mark plays ahead for PTP. Hit that back to PTP, but once again, they go in offside. 3:20 remaining in the second.
I think this is huge for BBB if they can they get out of this period with a 3-0 lead.
They're doing well at both ends of the ice right now. BBB, as they're defending just as effectively as they're scoring. 3 goals on 4 shots in the first period.
Here we go.
Led to this lead, and now a power play coming here for Composure.
Here we go. We got a power play. Great opportunity for Composure here.
From the face-off, Tendy tries to get possession, but it's picked up initially by Bones. Now PTP plays it around the boards to Mark. Odie steps in from the point. The 2 defensemen exchange positions. Odie tried to tee up a clapper. Great stick check by Sitful, and then his pass intended for Bones picked off. Sitful clears it the length of the ice. 1:05 remaining on the Composure power play. 1:30 remaining in the second period. Odie skates it ahead across the line. Makes the pass to hit that. His shot through traffic, but easily stopped by Paralyzer.
Couple of good clears here from BBB, doing all the right things. Trying to kill this off, but Composure looks great on the power play here. They're, they're hemming him in, We'll see if they can get that one.
K-Cut from the face-off. He'll fire it around the boards and the length of the ice. Under a minute remaining now in the second period. 15 seconds remaining on the Composure power play. Odie from the point plays it over to Mark. Hit that. Right in front for Tendy. He can't shovel it on net. Odie holds the zone. PTP's one-timer turned away. Scrum for the puck, and it's Sitful who comes up with it. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Jemima, the player out of the box, dumps it over to Augie. His shot blocked, and after 2 periods of play, BBB's hanging on to a 3-0 lead.
What a passing play by Composure there at the end. A couple of one-touch passes, but Perry coming up big, and shots dead even. Time on attack dead even. Take a look at the replay here. Look at this. Just picks the corner. There's K-Cut. Just a great goal here. I believe this is the second goal. Oh, man. Finding Bones in his office. And then this is the last one. Look at this pass. He threads the needle. Oh, it's like that's what I'm talking about. Their cut plays in through the middle. Mark and Odie are just keeping even with him, and he's already dead stride through him, and it's happened a few times. That one obviously just springing him on a breakaway. So big third period here. Composure not wanting to lose 2 games to start the season. We'll see.
As the third period now underway, here goes Bones for BBB. Good defensive play by Mark to strip it away as you're tuned in to the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Augie steps up. It's stripped away by Tendy as he goes in offside.
I want to see some passing plays between Hitzat and Tendi. They are a really dynamic duo and a great combo, and they haven't really seen a lot. They're really good at, feeding off each other off the wing and behind the net, and that just hasn't happened at all in this game.
Yeah, I feel like once Composure get their timing down, that forward unit of Hitzat, PTP, and Tendi, they're going to be so difficult and dangerous to try defend against. But right now they just haven't gotten their timing down, and it's led to a number of potential chances just, leading to nothing. As behind the net, PTP comes up with a puck, plays it over to Mark. He chops it back to PTP, loose puck, hit that, stripped away by K-Cut. As here goes BBB in transition, offside, 15-10 remaining in the third.
Jemima just absolutely roasting guys here in the neutral zone on that dump in, and then getting the puck back down against PTP. Starting to throw his body around here into the third period.
PTP, good pass ahead to Hitzat. Oh, he fires that one wide on the glove side. Best chance in a while for Composure, and it went wide. Jemima, fancy moves as he went through the legs, then a spin move, but Bones couldn't bank it home in front. As Composure picks up the loose puck. Here goes Hitzat. He makes the pass. Mark pinching in from the blue line, but it's stripped away, and K-Cut trying to wheel out of his own zone. He plays it out to center where Odie takes possession. Hitzat over to PTP. Tries to hold at the line, but it's out through center ice where Odie takes control. K-Cut has it now for BBB. Dropped off to Augie. He had the OT winner in the opening game to give BBB the 4-3 win, as we get an icing call here against Composure with 10:54 left in the third.
Currently, the two defenders of the game-winning goals are BBB.
Yeah. Well, and you could make the argument that the way the defense have contributed for BBB has been the difference maker here in these two games. It's, we expected a little more out of Odie, and he just hasn't quite found it, and Mark hasn't, done it either for Composure, and Augie and K-Cut have been a huge difference maker for BBB. As from the half wall, Bones picks it up, plays it back to Augie. He shot that one high, out of play, with 9:50 remaining in the third.
That one's into the 300 level.
You're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Here goes Tendi. He brings it ahead for Composure. Into the zone, he finds PTP with a pass. Back to the point, Mark tees it up for Odie. Opting not to shoot, he spins away as he makes the pass to Mark. Hit that, he had his close down. And here goes Bones away on a breakaway. In all alone, big save! Oh, a huge stop by Crease Police on that breakaway chance for Bones and BBB. Here goes Composure in tight. They're going to draw a power play opportunity with 7:20 left in the third.
Potential TSN turning point here. How does Bones miss that? The shootout wizard can't bury on a breakaway to ice the game. Here we go. All right.
Soft up into the glove hand of Crease Police as Bones will be looking back on that one, and if BBB somehow cough up this 3-goal lead, he'll be lamenting that missed breakaway. But so far, they're holding on as Composure shovel that one wide. Tendi plays it back to the point for Odie. Mark, 55 seconds remaining on the power play. Has hit that, tried to bank it in on the 1T. Now it's down the length of the ice, and Crease Police comes out to play it over to Odie. 30 seconds remaining on the Composure power play. Puck poked loose as Hitzat comes up with it. Back to Odie. 5:30 remaining in the third. 5 seconds left on the Composure power play. Hitzat plays it back to the point. Odie trying to hold the zone, but it just goes across the line offside.
This entire game, ever since that first, the lead, when Composure lost the lead in game number 1, they're all just dropping into the slot, and Composure's trying to force passes through that. They're still trying to run their cut plays and those quick passing plays down near the net, and it's just getting eaten up by BBB. There's nothing to the perimeter of the outside. They're not moving around or getting anything from the point. I think at a certain point, you just have to start letting them go from outside those high danger spots, look for a tip, something, because even on that penalty kill, BBB just sat in the middle, and Composure was just bound and determined to fire passes through there to try to set up a nice passing plan. It didn't work.
Bones playing it back to the top of the point. K-Cut down low behind the net. Jemima picks it up. Loose puck controlled by PTP as he plays it around to Odie. 2:35 remaining in the third period of play as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Here goes Composure, passed ahead for PTP, drop back, shot attempt, that one blocked. Tendy gets it back for the second chance, and there, Paralyzer with the save.
Great block there by, I think, Bones, and then another big save by Perry. It's a great all-around game from BBB. I mean, after that first period, or that first initial onslaught of the 3 goals, they played really well defensively, and usually it's end-to-end with them, and it hasn't been the case. They've done really well in the neutral zone, and all of the chances have been, just low opportunity other than a few for Composure. So it's going to be a tough L for them if they can't score 3 in a minute 6. We'll see.
It's going to be quite the challenge here for Composure as we're inside the final minute of play in the third period. Mark picks up the loose puck for Composure. Odie wheels ahead, intended for hit that. Loose puck controlled by Bones. Augie around the boards for K-Cut. His clearance blocked by Hit That. PTP back to Hit That. They can't get the shot away.
See, that was
fires one wide. Back in front. What a save by Perry as he turns Tendy away in tight. K-Cut. He can't clear the zone. Jemima comes up with it. 29 seconds remaining. BBB are going to sweep the 2 games here against Composure. We'll see if Composure can get one back late. 20 seconds remaining. Bones comes up with it, clears it through center ice. Mark is going to track it down. What a great performance by BBB. Tendy, he'll just fire it back inside his own zone. Perry is going to get the shutout here in game number 2. BBB with a big 3-0 win, and they take both games against Composure to open up the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming.
Great performance here from BBB all around. And again, it just even in that last sequence, you saw Composure just forcing things through the middle. BBB just collapsed in there. It wasn't pretty defensively. They just had everyone fall back in front of Perry, and it worked out. And then a couple of really nice goals. I mean, all of them. I mean, the K-Cut snipe, the one-timer by Bones, and then the beautiful breakaway move on the pass and finish from Sitville. So just a great all-around performance. And I mean, I don't want to say it, but I mean, I might have said BBB 2-0 there a little bit. I might have said it.
You did call it. If you weren't going to bring it up, I was going to give you credit. Well done, partner. You did call the sweep for BBB.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. But no, a great first series there for BBB. Obviously, Composure with their new old lineup. We'll see how they do the rest. They've got 2 more games tonight to kind of shake this off. So it was a tough performance there. Tough game, tough series, regardless. These 2 teams aren't going to play each other, and had the season, worked out and they didn't play in the first round, they would have met later on more than likely, as 2 teams, I usually have great performances throughout in these tournaments, but they won't have to play each other again. But BBB locks up 5 out of the 6, I believe, potential points there. Obviously, they are lamenting that one to keep that perfect record alive, but they can't be upset at all, as guys, we are about set to get into our second series of the night, Denial and Ground and Pound. And again, we'll take just a quick look at some of how they've performed in the past here. And again, both they're looking for their first title as Denial and Ground and Pound. They finished Denial did in the Northern Arena. They qualified in the top 32, was able to finish top 16 in the playoffs there, and then CBJ Ground and Pound just missing out on the playoffs in that one, finishing 18th, and then Denial obviously getting out in the first round, a couple of early finishes. But we'll see how, as the two early teams that look to try and make some damage here. Again, guys, if you're new to the Sixes scene, just a couple of early contenders that we've got here. As you saw, we just saw Composure and BBB. Around the league, though, after the first games, I mean, we had Entourage lose to Prodigy. Both games they dropped, so kind of a surprising start there. Obviously 2 great teams, but definitely a good start from Prodigy as they just continue to get better as these events go on, guys. But we're going to take just a moment, step away, and hear from our sponsor, WD Black, guys. Don't go anywhere, as we will get Denial versus Ground and Pound underway just after this. Hey guys, welcome back. As we're about to get underway, I am Gamer No Sleeves Albert, joined by my good buddy Nico Cardarelli. We had a great series here early on, guys, and we do have a giveaway. There is an issue with the bot, so I'm going to see if I can't get that fixed momentarily, but as throughout this whole season on every broadcast, we are going to have giveaways throughout this whole thing from WD Black. Fantastic stuff here that they are giving away. Let me just see if I can't get that up and running for you in the Twitch chat. If not, we'll figure out a workaround for that for the first giveaway for tonight. But stick around, guys, as the prize pack is pretty crazy. Nico, do you have that? What are we looking at here to give away tonight?
Yeah, it's actually a really sweet swag pack, prize pack that we're giving away. And the awesome thing is we're going to have one of these every broadcast to give away. So you're actually going to get some autographed pucks from the San Jose Sharks, but you're also going to get some sweet WD Black swag. I'm just pulling up the list here, but to the best of my recollection, I think you get a cable organizer, a WD Black mouse pad, a lanyard, a wristband, all sorts of amazing WD Black and San Jose Sharks swag. So make sure you enter in for the contest. We're giving away one prize pack every single broadcast. We will have the command for you guys to enter into the contest. But yeah, for sure, these are sweet swag packs that you're going to want to get your hands on.
Exactly, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just MooBot not working with me right now, but we'll get that fixed up for you throughout as we've got the next series up and running. We're about to get underway as it looks like the teams are about to search here, guys. And again, just taking a look, we've got Denial versus Ground and Pound after a crazy first series. We'll see. Going into this one, what are your thoughts initially going on between Denial and Ground and Pound? What do you think that we're going to see?
I think this is going to be an interesting matchup here. Denial, I think you could make the argument that they're the more experienced team, that they're probably more of a contender in this event than Ground and Pound. Ground and Pound, a little bit of an unknown as a club, but they do have two players in particular that kind of stand out to me, and one who could really be a game changer is their goaltender, Sorokin. I'm really curious to see what he'll do between the pipes in this one for Ground and Pound. In the NA Cup, regular season, he appeared in 7 games, a 2.0 goals against average, a 791 save percentage. With those numbers, he's giving his team a chance to win. And if he can replicate that kind of performance in this game against Denial, Ground and Pound might be able to come up with the upset. But when I look at the two teams on paper, there's no denying that Denial are the stronger team here. And again, it's kind of built from the back end out. You look in between the pipes for them. They've got a veteran in net in My Little Revy. He appeared in 14 regular season games in the NA Cup. Again, a 236 goals against average, a 740 save percentage. Once again, those numbers are going to give your team a chance to win. And then when you look at what they have, both at the back end and with their forwards, I do think that Denial will probably take this 2-game sweep. And I would kind of expect Gruels and McLovin to be the catalyst on offense for Denial here tonight.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. I mean, I do think that Denial will win these ones. I don't know if they'll win both, but I would think they are the heavy favorite going into this one. Ground and Pound, again, they've done well in these tournaments. Haven't had a strong finish yet. Denial is always a very, very strong team. PTP leaving their squadron after 2 esports events, though. We'll see as 2 former Phantoms members join Denial to join Brandino McLovin on Denial. We'll see as he's a dynamic forward. We'll see how that plays out. And then Revy and Net is turned into one of the better esports goaltenders, so we'll see how that turns out as well, guys. Bear with me, guys. I am trying to get MooBot to get the giveaway set up. If it doesn't, just stick with us. We will make sure that we get that out to you guys for tonight's broadcast. Again, WD Black hooking us up with some great prizes, and I want to make sure that we get that out to you guys. So we're waiting for them to search for game number 1. If you guys are in chat, you can go ahead and search as we are awaiting game number 1 of the second series. So, I mean, just a great first night of action, man. Again, that first series obviously kicking it off with two of the best in the tournament. And then as the season goes along, for anyone, guys, that, hasn't seen the Sixes scene or anything like that for NHL and how this is going to be run, the format throughout this is 110 teams. And now after the first week, it will be a modified Swiss format. So you'll start to see the guys that go 1 or 2-0 or 4-0 tonight. They'll start to play the other teams that go 4-0 and have the better standing. So it's not just completely random throughout. As you see, you'll start to see the stronger teams have to play the stronger teams, and the ones that struggled early on will have to play the ones that struggle early on as well. So we'll have to wait, as it looks like they are in. So we are about to get underway here in game number 1 of our second series of Ground and Pound and Denial. And we'll get this all set up here. Is predictions? Yeah, we both call Denial. I think that's how it's gonna go, and we'll get an update on how they did in the first game. I want to see if Tris, if you're in the chat, how did they do in the first game? I'm curious to see. As it looks like we do have an update on Entourage, as they dropped the first 2 to Prodigy, as I mentioned earlier. It looks like Entourage is leading in this one. So, all right, guys, we are about to get underway. Game number 1 of our second series: Denial and Ground and Pound.
All right, here we go. You're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. It's our second matchup of the evening as we get Ground and Pound. You get a look at them there taking on Denial. Denial in the dark jerseys, Ground and Pound in the white. As we get set for the opening puck drop. We're getting lots of great comments in the chat thread. Keep them coming. We'll try to get to some shout outs throughout the broadcast. But here we go, underway as it's Ground and Pound winning the opening face-off. Ground and Pound bringing the puck ahead as it's played over to Delta Slays. He tries to gain the zone, makes the pass in, shot on, and Little Revy tested right away with that save on the blocker side. Second chance block. Revy with another save as Ground and Pound pressing Delta Slays and Nasty in there for G&P, leading them offensively early in this one. But here goes Mateer up the ice for Denial. Mateer working the right wing, looking for an option, plays it down low behind the goal. McLovin plays it out top to the point for Deji as it's back down low. Gruels tries to feed it in front. That one's broken up, and now here goes Ground and Pound up the ice. Delta Slays, he's looking for an option, tries to feed in front, broken up as G&P continue to cycle through the zone. Graz plays it down low. Delta Slays back out to Graz. Down low as Spars tries to work his way in front. Nothing doing yet. Denial come away with the puck as Mateer plays it ahead. Ethan working the right wing. It's stripped off of his stick by Graz. G&P working through the offensive zone. Gain the line as Delta Slays plays it around the boards. Picked up behind the net. Back over to Kovalchuk. He's hit off the puck, and now here goes McLovin for Denial. He tries to feed it in front, but that's broken up. Sent down the ice. Icing will be waved off here. Good Omaha play by G&P, but they can't quite capitalize as it's now picked up. Oh, it's stripped away. Ground and Pound get it back as Delta Slays tries to pass it in front. He's looking for the puck. It's back at the top of the point. A big scrum in front. The puck never made it on net. Approaching the midway mark of the first period as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. And what a goal! Beautiful snipe there by Spars. And Ground and Pound go up 1-0.
Nice goal again. We've seen some snipes here early on in the tournament, which is nice to see. No, just shooting it low, hoping for a tip. That was a nice snipe up top. And it looks like Delta, I think it was Delta with that goal. Good job early on for Ground and Pound to get the opening lead here.
So they lead it 1-0, and it's really been all Ground and Pound so far in this one as they've kind of dictated the pace of play. But here goes Ethan up the ice for Denial. Ethan, the one-timer turned away as McLovin had his shot sticked aside by Sorokin. Here goes G&P brought into the zone as that shot attempt saved by Revy, and he'll hold that one for the face-off.
Good opening start here for G&P. They're flying early on. Looks like Denial won both of their games in regulation, as did Ground and Pound. So we've got 2 undefeateds going into this nightcap. We'll see if one of these teams can go 4-0. A great start for both of them as the season kicks off tonight, guys, for the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me and Nico tonight. We will be here all season long, and we kick back up tomorrow night, every Wednesday and Thursday for the next few weeks as we try and crown a champion. What a save.
Great chance on the one-timer. All alone was Spars, but a huge glove save by my Little Revy. Nasty facing off against Gruels. Gruels wins it as he plays it back for Mateer. Quick touch pass ahead for Gruels over to McLovin. Gruels gets the pass back from his winger. trying to corral it, but it's poked away, and now ground and pound play ahead. Here goes Spars into the zone as they pass in front. Good save by Revy as it's at the side of the net, and now controlled by Mateer. Quick pass ahead for Ethan, who flips it over to Gruels, and now it's controlled by McLovin. 5 minutes remaining in the period. As Ethan sets up the one-timer, it was initially blocked off the stick of Deji, and then the second attempt also blocked, and now here goes ground and pound as Spars tried to play it back to the point for Graz, but it's out of his range, and he'll pick it up inside his own zone. Graz wheeling out, makes the pass as from the wrong side of center ice, they send it in, but icing beat out. Shot right on, Revy with the save, second chance turned away as Delta Slays was there for that chance. Delta plays it around the boards, back out top to Kovalchuk. Well-timed poke check by Ethan, frees up the puck. 1:30 remaining. Ethan draws it in, tries to work his way in front, but the shot high and wide. Check that. That was Graz who came up with it for ground and pound. Played ahead. Chance right on. Oh, Revy! He just holds that one out with 25 seconds left in the period.
Huge save there.
Spars broke in for that chance, but couldn't quite muscle it through the legs of Revy. As it's picked up by Deji. 8 seconds remaining in the period. Plays ahead. Offside with 5.6 left on the clock. A good opening period here from ground and pound. As the final few seconds left in the period, ground and pound come up with it, but time ticks away, and after the opening frame, it's G&P with a 1-0 lead over Denial.
Great start here for GMP. We'll just step away for just a second, guys, for a moment for a word from our sponsor. So, man, a great start early on here for GMP as they just absolutely dominated play early on. And again, just a great showing so far for GMP, which is kind of a surprise. We both said, you know, we kind of expected Denial. I think that was kind of the play early on, but both of them starting out 2-0. We'll see what happens.
Second period of play underway as you're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black, hosted by League Gaming. Denial working the puck out of their own zone. Gruels plays it over to McLovin. Working the left wing, takes it back. Gruels over to the point for Deji. Quick touch passing between the defensemen. Deji still with it for Denial. Holds the zone, makes the pass over to Gruels. He's stepped into as Kovalchuk with a well-timed poke check, and now the puck controlled by GNP. Loose puck picked up here by Delta. Trying to work his way in front. He's tripped up. It's going to be a power play here for GNP.
Big moment here for GMP. Say take that 2-1.
Nasty can't win the face-off as Denial get it to center ice, but no further. Spars tried to feed the pass over. It's broken up. Ethan trying to self-sauce to spring himself free, but can't quite get the separation, and now it's controlled by Spars. Played ahead for Delta. Quick touch passing as a bank pass ahead. Nasty will get to it first for GNP. Delta back to the point, receives the pass back, tries to work his way in front. Kovalchuk, he lets the shot fly. That gets blocked. Spars over to Delta, played down low to Kovalchuk. As the one-timer, that one just went wide, and Revy picks up the rebound off the end board.
And a good-looking power play here early on. Revy coming up big.
21 seconds remaining in the power play for GNP. They scrum for possession from the faceoff. Kovalchuk at the faceoff dot, trying to wheel his way in front. Oh my goodness! That was gross! What a goal! Kovalchuk setting it up, and it's buried on the power play by Nasty to give GNP the 2-0 lead.
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable by GNP there to take that 2-0 lead. What a play! And Denial's got some work to do here to try and get back into this one, because this has been all GMP in this one.
Offside go Denial, 14-16 remaining in the second period. What an incredible setup by Kovalchuk to put it on a tee for Nasty. as GNP lead this 2-0. Denial taking possession from the neutral zone faceoff. Brought into the zone, Mateer, and he snipes it to get one back as Denial are on the board. It's 2-1.
There we go. Big answer from Denial's Mateer. Gets that one home, fires it up, keeps the game close, 2-1 now. And we'll see yeah, man, we need to see some replays. We got to get the boys on the horn here to not skip that. That spinorama was gross.
Mateer only picking up 2 goals in the NA Cup, but he gets a big one here for Denial to get them on the board and cut the lead to 2-1. And here go Denial once again as it's played ahead. Mateer with the puck tries to feed it in front. That time it's saved, and Sorokin will hold it for the faceoff. So Denial trying to answer back here, as we've got 12:03 remaining in the second period of play, but the face-off won by GNP as Graz looks for options out of his own zone. Spars was hit. It's picked up by Kovalchuk, played ahead for Delta. Nasty, he's got the second goal for GNP here, the one that's the go-ahead goal at the moment, as Mateer plays a soft dump into the far corner. Kovalchuk gives it away. Let's see if McLovin can make something happen here. He plays it back to the point. Deji over to Mateer. That's picked off by Spars and now played ahead for Delta. As GNP gained the zone at the point, Graz plays it down low to Spars. Behind the net, it's picked off by Deji. Given away in front as Revy was all alone there against the attacker, but GNP couldn't generate a clean shot out of it. Here go Denial up the ice as McLovin gives chase, throws a big hit against the boards, jars the puck loose, but it's controlled by Graz for GNP. Spars, he tries to sauce one ahead. It's broken up as Gruels brought it back in only for a moment. 6 minutes remaining in the second period of play. As good touch passing there by GNP, but they can't generate a shot on net. Here goes Ethan up the ice. Check that. That's cool. Over to Ethan, and he buries it, and we're all tied at 2.
A little hut goal. It just kind of gets the backdoor cross ice, and I don't even think he got a stick on it. It looked like his skate might have hit it. No kicking motion, but regardless, it's now 2-2. Big goal there for Denial.
Let's see what GNP respond with, now seeing their 2-0 lead evaporate. We're all square at 2 with 4:20 remaining in the second period. Shoveled in front, it's broken up as you're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. GNP pick up the puck in their own zone. Kovalchuk headmans it for Delta. Across the line, it's picked off as Gruels plays it to McLovin, who then softly dumps it to the far wing. Ethan comes up with it, tries to get it back to McLovin, but that's broken up by Delta as he dumps it over, picked up now by Spars. Under 2 minutes remaining in the period. That shot sticked aside by Revy. Big rebound picked up by Delta. Back to the point. Kovalchuk tees it up. The rebound controlled by Mateer. Mateer wheeling out. He'll fire that one the length of the ice. Beating out the icing is Ethan. He's got the tying goal. Played over to McLovin. Back to Ethan behind the net. Tries to shovel in front, but Sorokin gets enough of that one to keep it out. 7 seconds remaining in the period. Here goes GNP trying to shovel it in front was Delta. 3 seconds remaining, ripped around the boards. And after 2 periods of play, we are all squared up 2-2 between Denial and GNP.
A great answer period for Denial, obviously, but, I mean, still, impressive performance here by GNP early, doubling the time on attack, tripling their shots, and they're 1-for-1 on their only power play as they've just looked dynamic here. But again, Denial not giving up. The first goal was nice. Second one just was able to beat that weak side defender to get it in. And guys, I just want to mention the giveaway is live for the WD Black prize pack. So make sure you hit ! giveaway in the chat. I was able to get things working, and we'll call that a little bit later on in the broadcast. But it is all good to go. Thank you for bearing with me here.
So here we go, third period of play in our third game of the evening as you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming, as we're all squared up at 2 between Denial and GNP. But here goes Ethan for Denial, centered for McLovin, but he's stoned in tight by Sorokin. Power play coming for Denial.
Lucky that wasn't a penalty shot as he was almost free there. It's a big moment here for Denial trying to get the lead even though they've been hemmed in their own zone for much of the game.
Denial pick up the puck from the face-off as it's played over to Deji. Back to Mateer. That shot bounces around and it's behind the net where GNP take possession and Spars will flip that the length of the ice. A minute 15 remaining in Denial's power play as Deji wheels into the offensive zone. The puck stripped away from him. Delta, he'll backhand that one the length of the ice. 45 seconds left now in Denial's power play as Mateer, he opened up the scoring for Denial. They were trailing 2-0 at the time. Brings it into the zone. Stripped away as Spars, he'll feather that one into the zone. Foot chase ensues. GNP come up with it. Delta tries to feather it in front. The power play for Denial now over. We're back to even strength hockey. Gruels, he's got McLovin going to the net. Shot saved by Sorokin. Loose puck behind the goal, picked up by Kovalchuk. 15:45 remaining in the third period of play as Kovalchuk's pass picked off by Deji. Mateer into the offensive zone, shielding the puck there from the defenseman, plays it back. Rebound, oh, big save by Sorokin. The first shot came from Gruels. The second chance by McLovin in tight was the better save. Here goes GNP. Delta. He works his way past a couple of defensemen, tries to jam it in tight. Delta quickly gets it back as he plays it to the point. Kovalchuk looking for an option. Makes the pass over to Delta Slays behind the net. Oh, right in front. Great chance. Nothing doing yet. Revy there with the save. And with pressure swarming, he'll hold that for the draw.
Great defensive positioning there by Denial in the zone there as they cycled around. They really forced them to the outside. No one started chasing. They all stayed, in where they're supposed to and forced her a weak shot here. So Denial looking to at least be good defensively in their own zone, but that time on attack is still way in favor of GNP.
GNP come up with the loose puck. Bringing it into the zone is nasty, but they go in offside. 11:28 left in the third.
Big moment here. We're going to see overtime.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to OT. I think GNP finds a way to pull this off in regulation.
Okay.
But we'll see. We've got 11 and change remaining in the third. GNP bring it in as Delta tried to get the pass back. Denial sound defensively. Played ahead here for McLovin. Tries to draw in. Oh, he slid that one through the crease and just wide. But a power play coming here for Denial.
Another power play here for Denial. A chance to get the lead here late.
Big face-off. Denial can't come up with it. Now they get it. McLovin tried to work his way in front. It was poked loose. Cleared out to center where it's picked up by Mateer. Deji back to Mateer. He's across the blue line opening up a lane. Ethan goes in front. Can't get the clear shot, but another penalty here against GNP.
Gotta capitalize here if you're Denial.
A minute 20 of 5-on-3 here for Denial. Let's see what they do. Deji plays it off to the corner. Ethan over to Mateer. His shot, that one blocked as it's picked up by GNP and backhanded down the ice. 50 seconds remaining in the first penalty for GNP. As Denial bring it in. Mateer looking for an option in front. Nothing doing. Clear down the ice once again. 25 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 for Denial. McLovin into the zone. Drops it back to Deji. Mateer back to Deji. McLovin. The one-timer block, great defensive positioning there by Spars. He clears it down the ice, and now just 20 seconds remaining in the second penalty as it's a 5-on-4. Great job by GNP to kill off the first, and now they've killed off the second. So a minute 20 plus of 5-on-3 time for Denial leads to nothing on the scoreboard. Great defensive stand by GNP. 6:40 remaining in the third period of gameplay. You're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming.
Gotta think that's a huge turning point there. I mean, a great chance to capitalize and take the first lead of the game. 5-on-3 for a full minute 20. Can't capitalize.
Denial bring the puck in offside. Yet they're going to have nightmares about that. Blown 5-on-3. It just never clicked. And when it looked like they were threatening, great defensive positioning from GNP, specifically by Spars, who had a couple of blocked shots there on the PK. McLovin makes the pass to Gruels, tries to find Ethan in front. Sorokin was swimming a little bit, but he did enough to make the save. Passed ahead as Delta Slays tries to gain the zone, but he goes in offside. 4:47 left in the third.
Great save there. Yeah, he was moving a little left to right, but again, positioned to get back and keep this one tied. This would be pretty devastating for GMP to lose this one, so we'll see what happens as we get to the later stages of the third period.
Starting to feel like your overtime prediction might come through, but here goes Delta Slays for GNP. Pass the one-timer, I think that went off the outside of the post. Great chance there for Delta as he was set up by Nasty for the 1T. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Deji plays over to Ethan, returns the pass. Deji, sharp angle shot turned away. Ethan plays it to McLovin as the loose puck stays in the zone. Gruels plays it back to Mateer. Mateer around the boards to McLovin. McLovin, Ethan shovels in front. Oh, what a save by Sorokin as Gruels thought he had an empty net to tap it in, but Sorokin gets there for the save. Final minute of play in the third period. Here goes Delta Slays for ground and pound. Pulls back from the corner over to the top of the point for Kovalchuk. They move it around over to Spars. Behind the net, Nasty. 45 seconds remaining. Plays it to the top of the point. Graz back down low to Nasty. Picked up here by Denial as Mateer streaking up the ice. 35 seconds remaining. His pocket picked. Here goes GNP as Delta, his pass off the mark. Picked up now by Gruels. He finds Ethan with the pass, picked off by Delta. Spars, he's springing on the wing, closed down. Oh, what a chance! Big save by the blocker arm of Revy on that shot from Delta Slays. 14 seconds remaining. Gruels, he rings it off the post. Behind the net, McLovin tries to slam it in. Nothing doing. Passed in front, blocked. 4 seconds remaining. A 2-on-1 coming here for GNP. Delta makes the pass. Great block. Wow, what end-to-end action. And a huge block by Deji to force overtime.
What a finish. Just end-to-end, multiple great opportunities, and looks like they're going to lose that one regulation point as we go into overtime, which has got to be considered a win for Denial. As you see there, the time on attack a little bit less skewed as it was early on in the game, but still a significant advantage to GMP. But as the game went on, it looked like they were just trying to hang on, and then they got into some penalty trouble. Denial somehow managing to not score on that 5-on-3. Big opportunity missed there.
So we'll see which team can get the extra point here in overtime as you're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Denial take the opening puck drop as it's played behind the net for McLovin. Out top to the point for Deji, who came up with that big sprawl block on the 2-on-1 to end regulation. Well-timed poke check there by Mateer to take away that chance for GNP. McLovin has it poked away by Kovalchuk. Delta Slays brings it into the zone. Down low to Spars out in front, but Nasty couldn't generate a clean shot. Kovalchuk receiving the pass from Graz. He's closed down, nearly stripped away. Good job by Kovalchuk not to let the Denial player go up the ice with it. Here goes Nasty into the zone. He's got, a great feed over to Delta, but he couldn't quite put it on his stick as Delta had thoughts of ending this game. Shot from the point blocked, and now Mateer feeds it ahead for Ethan. Working the right wing, tries to get past Graz, nothing doing. Ethan makes the pass over to Gruels, and then it's picked off by McLovin. Nasty, over to Spars. He gains the zone, but quickly Mateer takes the puck away. As we've played just about 5 minutes here in overtime, as Mateer will fire that one down the length of the ice, and it'll be an icing call against Denial.
Denial's kind of playing with fire here late. I mean, you saw those cross creases that just went right in front of Revy. Some fantastic defensive plays on that weak side winger. But man, you can't be letting those get through, as there's been some amazing defensive plays by Denial. But yeah, like I said, they are really taking a risk as another power play for Denial, which I think could be the story in this one if they bury here.
0 for 3 on the power play, including a 5-on-3 that was a minute 23 where they could not capitalize. But Denial on the man advantage once again here in overtime. But it's Delta Slays coming up with the puck for GNP, now controlled by Mateer. As with a minute 30 remaining on the power play, Denial bring it into the zone. Ethan makes the pass to Gruels. Checking his options, finds McLovin. McLovin at the hash marks, trying to work his way off the half wall. Finds Mateer with the pass, steps in. His shot attempt blocked. Good job by GNP. 45 seconds remaining in the denial power play. Well-timed poke check. GNP take it ahead as Spars tries to get something going shorthanded. Nothing doing. And now here goes denial. Ethan working the right wing. 10 seconds left on the power play. Spars takes that puck away as he finds Kovalchuk, who tries to hit Nasty coming out of the box, but Rev plays it ahead. And then the pass from Mateer picked off. Quickly, Gruels gets it back for denial, but they go in offside with 10:49 remaining.
Again, just some great end-to-end action here in this first overtime.
As you're tuned in to the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. As GNP bring the puck ahead. Here goes Kovalchuk, winding his way until he got bulldozed over. And now here goes Mateer. Passed quickly over to Ethan in front for McLovin. His shot through traffic, steered aside by Sorokin. Deji working his way from the point. He gets clobbered. Loose puck picked up by Delta only for a moment, and now it'll be controlled by Graz. Graz reverses the breakout to Kovalchuk, quickly returns it to his defensive partner as loose puck picked up by Spars. He gets it back from Delta in front for Nasty. Spars, we're going to have a power play coming here for GNP as Kovalchuk forced back out between the blue lines. 7 minutes remaining in overtime. Puck brought in. Good pass to Nasty. There we get the touch, and it'll be a power play for ground and pound.
We'll see if they can capitalize. Denial has not been able to take advantage of their power plays. See if ground and pound can get one here.
GNP 1-for-1 on the power play, and they nearly end it there as Spars made a beeline for the net, but he was stopped in tight by my little Revy. Here they go once again as the pass. Good quick passing as it was Nasty and Delta going back and forth, and then Nasty with the shot that was turned away. 1:05 remaining on the GNP power play. They are buzzing, and they're looking to end it here in overtime. Loose puck picked up. Graz lays it off to Delta. 40 seconds remaining on the power play, but the pass off the mark. It'll go back inside GNP's zone. 5 minutes remaining in OT, 18 seconds remaining in the ground and pound power play. Nasty splits the D, but a well-timed poke check by Deji clears the danger, and then he hammers it down the ice. Power play now over, so neither team able to capitalize with the man advantage here in overtime. Kovalchuk brings it across the blue line. Tries to dump it back to the point, but a bouncing puck ends up back inside GNP's own zone, where Graz comes up with possession. 3 minutes remaining in overtime. Pass ahead for Delta. He receives the bank pass, but he's quickly hammered off the puck, and now here goes Mateer for denial. Gruels. Mateer over to Gruels. From the hash marks, plays it around the boards to McLovin. McLovin circles, makes the pass back to Mateer. Deji at the top of the point. Mateer makes the pass over. Feeds it in front, behind the net. Kovalchuk tries to pin it against the boards. Does well to fight off the forward-checking pressure, and now makes the pass ahead for Delta. Nasty over to Delta. That's Nasty with the puck. Back in front for Delta Slays, but it's stripped away by Gruels. 1:30 remaining in overtime as an icing called there. I don't know. I thought McLovin beat that one out.
Yeah, same here. Man, I feel like it's going to be an ugly one. There's been so many great passing plays and, great, chances here. It's just going to be something tipped on from the point.
Well, we'll see what happens in the final 90 seconds. Overtime, there it is! Delta Slays snipes one, and ground and pound take it 3-2 in overtime.
Yo, just kidding. Unbelievable, man. We have seen this numerous times. Been able to just pick the corners. As a great win there for GNP. Obviously, they probably wanted to win that one in regulation. Their penalty troubles are probably what, even though they didn't give anything up on the power play, just all of that time down a man, not really able to get anything going here, but a great way to end it there for them. And again, I feel like the majority of people watching probably thought that Denial was going to take this, and we'll have to see the answer in Game 2. Denial, as the game went on, I thought got a little bit better, but obviously their power play is what did them in. Just could not capitalize. You look back to that 5-on-3 for 1:20. You've got to capitalize on that in this stage, of where you're playing on the biggest stage, essentially. But, I mean, not much Little Revy could do on that one. That was just absolutely tattooed for the top of the net there. And a great Game 1 win as they remain undefeated in regulation, as they keep their perfect record alive. So Ground and Pound will move up in the standings. Denial taking their first loss as they did go 2-0 in games 1 and 2. Guys, I have to mention, just remind you guys, we were able to get the giveaway up and running. So make sure you hit ! giveaway in the chat for a chance at that sweet WD Black prize pack, as well as, I believe, an autograph puck from the San Jose Sharks. I'm pretty excited about that. Not going to lie, maybe I'll win. Who's to say? Who's to say? I mean, what were your takeaways from that first game?
I was really impressed with Ground and Pound, considering they were a bit of an unknown for us coming into this one, especially those 3 guys up front. Delta really impressed me in that game. I think the chemistry there with their forwards, they're probably a team to keep an eye on throughout this Sharks Pacific Cup. Denial, they really never found their stride in that one. And I think a big part of it is the way Ground and Pound played them. You saw how difficult they made zone entries at times, and then how well, especially on the penalty kill, how well defensively disciplined Ground and Pound were. They kept them to the exterior. They were able to clog up the shooting lanes. Very impressive performance overall from Ground and Pound.
No, absolutely, and it looks like we are just about ready to get underway with game number 2. Guys, we're going to step out just for a moment from a word from our sponsors. All right, guys, just about to get underway in game number 2 of our nightcap. Again, just taking a look at our schedule here. We will play 4 games a night on our highlighted streams. We will be back tomorrow as well, Thursday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. And we'll make sure to follow us on Twitter and make sure that you make that hashtag Sharks Pacific Cup so we can go through and see all of the great things that you guys in the community have found from this first event. I mean, over 110 teams here in the Sharks Pacific Cup presented by WD Black. So it's a great start to the night. Obviously, that big first series between Composure and BBB, and now Ground and Pound putting up a impressive performance in game number 1 of their second series against Denial. We'll see if Denial can get back in the win column. Again, both of these teams looking to try and make that next jump. They've been around the outside of the playoffs, just getting in most tournaments, but not able to make any noise in the playoffs. And we're going to see if that can change going into this season. My man, what's your prediction going into game number 2 here, though?
I think Ground and Pound are going to keep it rolling here. I really like their performance. I think it's going to be tough for Denial to break them down. I think Ground and Pound take this one 4-3 in regulation.
Okay, so no overtime here. That's what you're calling for. Okay, all right. We'll see it, guys. Make sure you hit ! giveaway in the chat so we can give away some sweet WD Black swag as well as a Sharks autographed puck. As we are coming to the conclusion here of our first night, and it's been I'm glad you guys have joined with us. I appreciate it, and we're here all season long. We've got some surprises for the broadcast along the way. Not going to share anything with you tonight, but who's to say maybe keep coming back, because it's going to be great as we go along the season. And I do need to mention, WD Black is going to be doing a giveaway every single broadcast. So, we're not talking about just a t-shirt or anything like that. We're talking about some actual really good products from them. So, it's we thank them for, helping with this tournament and making it the biggest NHL esports event, for 6v6 in the last decade. So, just a great event overall and a great start as we wait for game number 4. We're just waiting, it looks like, for Ground and Pound to search. So we'll make sure that we get that as, Nico, I mean, we're coming in the end here. I mean, what do you think about Entourage losing that first 2 to Prodigy? I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see Prodigy on them. I'm sure they'll be on a broadcast at some point.
Yeah, I would think so. Obviously a bit of a surprise, a bit of an upset, but, Prodigy's nothing to sneeze at. They're an experienced team. You had them in your top 10 contenders list, and pulling off 2 wins against Entourage obviously validates that. I mean, Entourage with a ton of name recognition, some of the top players in the Chell community suiting up for them. So yeah, big kudos to Prodigy for pulling off that 2-game win against Entourage. Certainly an eye-catching result from the opening night.
No, absolutely. And historically, Entourage are slow starters, so I'm not really concerned at all for the winningest team in NHL 20 in terms of prize pool, as they took home $17,500 in Six's event last year, by far the most. And on the biggest stage, they seem to shine the brightest, but we'll get a look at them in the upcoming broadcast as we try and highlight some of the best Sixes matchups throughout the event. But guys, looks like we are all set for game number 4 of the night. It is number 2 in this nightcap series between Denial and Ground and Pound. We'll see if Denial can get back into the win column, or will Ground and Pound make the 2-0 upset here? Who's to say? Let's see. Chat, how you feeling? 1's in the chat for Ground and Pound, 2's in the chat for Denial.
Big shout out to everyone in the chat for all the great comments, questions, shout outs. We appreciate all the love from everyone in the chat thread tonight. But here we go. We're just about set for the second game in our final game of the broadcast this evening, as Ground and Pound look to sweep this series against Denial. It'll be Denial in the white jerseys for this one, Ground and Pound in the dark kits, as we get set for the opening puck drop. You're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. As here we go, we're underway. Denial winning the opening faceoff as Mateer brings the puck ahead. Deji, he's held up at the line, picked up by Spars. Played ahead, Nasty goes in offside.
See, we get off to that quick start as GMP was just hounding them early on in their first game. We'll see if that continues in the next one as Denial started. They definitely played well off the rush. We'll see if they start to forecheck anymore. They are going to set the record for the most penalties in an esports event here, as they are just absolutely reckless, as Ground and Pound's going to get that first power play opportunity here.
So we'll see what GNP can do. They were very successful on the power play in the last game, as GNP moved the puck around here in the offensive zone. Over to, I think that was Delta, but it ended up being played back inside their own zone. A foot race ensues. McLovin gets to it for Denial, here shorthanded. Plays it around the boards. 1 minute remaining in the power play for GNP. Nasty plays it over to Spars. Back to Nasty, trying to shield it there from the defensive check of McLovin. Nasty behind the net. He plays it over to Delta. Once again, the pass to the point off the mark, and it'll be played out by Sorokin, given away, and that'll be a penalty against GNP.
Another penalty here in this one early on. They're just trying to pick up where they left off, it looks like.
So we'll get 17 seconds of 4-on-4 play before a short power play for Denial, as the puck picked up by Gruels, but brought in offside.
I think the first goal in this one's going to be extremely important, just with how the last one ended. See if Denial can play with the lead, as they haven't led at all in these games so far, as we're now into period 5, I guess, of their series.
Puck picked up by Denial. They've got 1:20 on the power play as Mateer gets it from McLovin. Mateer down low, tries to shovel it in. Kovalchuk there defensively, as it's now played ahead to Nasty by way of Delta. As it's brought ahead now by Mateer. 35 seconds remaining in the Denial power play. Trying to shovel it in front was Gruels. It's taken away and backhanded down the ice by GNP.
Oh.
Centered in front. Oh my goodness, how did that stay out? As somehow my little Revy pulls that one off the line. GNP nearly capitalized shorthanded, as we get a stoppage with 14:41 remaining.
I gotta say, a tough name to use, My Little Revy. Just, doesn't sound like the most competitive every time you're forced to say it. I call him Revy, but you always make a point to go with the full thing, which I find hilarious, but...
Well, it's his tag. I feel like it's there for a reason. You got to respect that.
No, absolutely. He's one of the nicest guys in the community. I actually met him a couple years ago. Extremely nice guy. Plays, I believe he's a goaltender for his university in Boston. So he plays real goaltender. He was up at a clinic here in Ontario the one summer. So really nice guy.
Part of the Tendy Club, as quite a few of the guys playing between the posts in EASHL also goaltenders in real life on the ice, as we get an icing call there against Denial.
A little bit slower pace to this one after what overtime was just back and forth, just craziness. So
from the face-off, scrum ensues. It's Delta picking it up for GNP. Still with the puck, over to Kovalchuk. Graz back to Kovalchuk, looking for an option. Trying to free up a shooting lane. Makes the pass to Delta. Down low to Nasty. Back out top to Kovalchuk. Sets it up for Spars as he plays it back to Graz. Spars down low to Nasty. Trying to jam it in. My Little Revy with the save, as now it's picked up by Mateer. Mateer wheeling, his pass picked off, but quickly Mateer retains possession. That pass off a skate as Deji gets it back for Mateer. Denial trying to wheel out across center ice, midway mark of the first period, as Denial bring it in offside.
And kind of a sloppier game here so far. A lot of icings, not able to get into the zone cleanly. We'll see if things start to speed up here as the game goes along.
You're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming, as GNP come up with the puck. One-timer chance saved by Revy, as the chance teed up for Nasty. A good pass there by Kovalchuk. But here goes Ethan ahead for Denial. Ethan back to the point. Mateer, Deji plays it over to McLovin. Back to Mateer. McLovin, what a save! Second chance, and that one blocked wide. Sorokin with a huge blocker save in tight on McLovin. 7.5 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Good pass, springs Nasty up the ice. Tries to deke around Gruels, but it's the centerman for Denial coming away with it. Gruels feathers it along the boards, chopped at by McLovin. He quickly gets it back from Gruels, plays it over to Ethan. Ethan looking for a passing option, finds one in McLovin. McLovin back to Ethan, stripped away. Here's a 2-on-1 brewing for GNP. As Delta brings it in, his shot blocked, loose puck, and he buries it on the broken down play. Delta makes it 1-0 for GNP.
Delta, known for his hut exploits, tries to go the short side wrister there, doesn't go, but able to bury it afterwards to give his team the 1-0 lead. And again, ground and pound out to a lead, and Denial having to chase from behind, just like in game number 1.
We'll see if GNP can double it up, just like in game number 1, as that shot turned away by Revy. Mateer kicks it off the boards, given away. What a save by Revy, as Delta nearly got his second on that one-timer.
He's having to come up big here.
My Little Revy holding Denial in the game right now after that last flurry of saves. And then they win the face-off in their own zone. Played ahead for McLovin. Deji over to Mateer. He's knocked off the puck. Graz plays ahead for Spars. Delta working the wing. Cuts into the middle. Great pass ahead. Oh, what a goal! That was sick, wicked, and nasty, as Nasty buries it to make it 2-0 for GNP.
That's a new call from you, man. I like it. What a goal there. 2-0 now. As he splits the D, goes forehand, backhand, makes no mistake, and it's 2-0 for ground and pound, as they're looking to try and run away with things here in the final game of our night, as we got a potential break.
Ethan in all alone. He's tripped up, and then the shot goes wide. We're going to get a penalty shot here for Denial. Ethan going in against Sorokin, and he buries it. He pulls him out with a diving poke check, and Ethan slides it in with the backhander to make this a 2-1 game.
And just like in game number 1, 2 goals from ground and pound to get up early, and then Denial answering right back to keep this game within 1. And just a mirror image of how that first one went. Denial just hanging around, trying to make this a game. And a great answer there on the penalty shot.
A big goal for Denial late in the first period as they cut the lead to 2-1. Ethan capitalizing on the penalty shot, but here's Kovalchuk for G&P. Spars brings it into the zone, picked off by Gruels. 10 seconds remaining in the period as Graz plays it ahead for Delta. He's pinned up at the line, offside with 4.1 left on the clock.
A great first period. It was a little slow early on, but they definitely picked up the action as we saw 3 goals in about 5 minutes. And a great performance here as the boys started to get going. Revy keeping them in it early as a couple of big saves, and then obviously, Delta coming through, and then that penalty shot for Ethan, a great answer to get back in it.
So after the opening period, it is ground and pound with a 2-1 lead over Denial.
As we get to take a look at at that goal, he goes backhand, and Revy not able to stop that one. As here we go, the Hut shot bounce. It's an unfortunate bounce because it just lands right there, and he's able to pick up the rebound.
Well, we're just about set for the second period puck drop as you're tuned in to the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. It's our final game of the evening on tonight's broadcast, and we want to thank everyone for tuning in. A big shout out to the San Jose Sharks, their team behind the scenes, and everyone at League Gaming for making this event possible. And of course, a big shout out to our sponsor, WD Black. Ground and pound, give the puck away. Ethan picks it up for Denial, tries to go cross crease with the pass, but it's broken up. Nice recovery there by Graz. As ground and pound leading 2-1 here in the second period of play. Denial in the white jerseys working the puck in the offensive zone, but Kovalchuk clears it out for ground and pound. Mateer takes possession. Starts to wheel through the neutral zone. His pass initially blocked, but now McLovin brings it across the line. That one somehow stays in the zone. Mateer lets the shot fly. Big rebound as it's kept in by Denial. Oh, what a chance as Ethan tried to slide it along the ice past Sorokin, but he kicks the pad out for the save.
And now it's Sorokin's turn to make some flashy saves to keep his team in it as Revy was able to early on, and now Sorokin returning the favor. Still 2-1 here.
One-timer off the stick of Mateer, turned aside, second chance, also saved by Sorokin, and now here goes ground and pound. Nasty tries to draw it into the middle. Graz plays it over as Spars dishes off to Nasty, but his pass intended for Delta picked off by Deji. Deji plays ahead for... it ended up with McLovin as the shot in tight there from Gruels. Kicked away. Second chance for McLovin, saved. As McLovin digs it out for Ethan, and a power play coming here for Denial.
Back to the power play. I mean, it was a struggle for them in game number 1. We'll see if they can get one here, as this would be a big time to get this game tied.
In the first game, Denial goes 0 for 4 on the power play. They're 0 for 1 here in this game. Let's see what they can do as Gruels tries to jam it in up high, in tight, but it was turned away. Loose puck picked up by Spars, now controlled by McLovin. Plays it back to Mateer. 1:05 remaining on the power play for Denial. Deji over to McLovin, tries to shovel it in. That's blocked. And then Delta lifts it down the length of the ice. 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Denial as it's brought ahead. Mateer with the pass up to McLovin. McLovin shielding it from Delta, plays it over to Gruels around the boards, held in by Mateer. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Mateer has it stripped away. Here goes Spars shorthanded. Out of the box, we're now back to even strength. Spars rips one, and that one just went wide, blocker side. Delta tried to pass over to Nasty. That's broken up as it's lifted down the ice. Ethan comes up with it, but he gives it away. Delta into the zone all alone. Now he gets some support, tries to go behind his back with the deke, but it's picked off by Deji. McLovin at center ice, feeds it ahead for Ethan. Ethan's got the lone goal here for Denial. McLovin, one-timer! What a goal! Mateer ties this one up at 2 midway through the second.
What a pass to find Mateer streaking in from the point. He rips one low bottom side, and he was able to tie things up here as a great one-timer from Mateer, and we've got ourselves a game yet again. Ground and pound doing a great job, but just cannot get that, that 3-goal advantage. That goal that tied it up on the penalty, or on the penalty shot, was just huge for Denial to keep things close, and now they're right back to even. So great comeback here for Denial. We'll see if they can finally take a lead, something they haven't done at all in this series.
7:40 remaining in the second period of play. You're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Here goes Denial. Ethan tries to draw it in front, makes the pass McLovin. It's stripped away, and now here goes G&P. Puck sent down the ice, giving chase. Delta gets to it first. He's pinned behind the net, makes the pass over to Spars. Broken up as the loose puck controlled by Gruels. He plays it ahead for Ethan, over to McLovin. McLovin back in front, Sorokin with the paddle down to make sure that one didn't squeak through. Delta plays ahead for Nasty. Return pass to Delta. Nasty, one-timer. Great chance for Spars. Better save by My Little Revy. Loose puck picked up by Mateer. He's got the tying goal right now, as we've got 3:40 remaining in the third. Passed over to Ethan, back to Deji. He's hit hard. Ethan comes up with a loose puck. McLovin, Ethan in front, backhander right on Sorokin with the save, and he'll hold it with 2:51 remaining.
Couple of great back-to-back saves here as the goaltenders are bailing each other's teams out. As, again, a couple of great saves by Sorokin and Revy to keep things tied at 2.
You can see the shot statistic for the period there, as Denial out shooting Ground and Pound 7-1 here in the period, but it's Ground and Pound with a big hit, jarring the puck loose. Back inside Denial zone, it'll be picked up by Mateer with 1:15 remaining in the period. Wheels out across center ice. Mateer makes it one-man miss, passes to Ethan, the back pass out of range, and it'll be tracked down by Deji with 15 seconds remaining in the frame. His pass ahead for McLovin. Back to Mateer. 5 seconds remaining. Mateer under pressure. Gives it away. 1 second remaining. Not enough time as the shot from Delta turned away. And after 2 periods of play, we're all square at 2-2.
Denial takes that time on attack advantage, so a lot better performance here in game number 2. As Ground and Pound definitely with a significant advantage in game number 1 with the overtime win. But again, 3 power plays in this game, 2 to Denial, 1 to GMP, and nothing on the board. These guys just do not have the finish with the man advantage, and we'll see if that costs them. But could be in next goal territory with how the first 2 games have gone.
Well, we get set for the third period, and we'll see which team can forge ahead, as we're all squared at 2 entering the third between Denial and Ground and Pound. As you're watching the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. I'm Nico Cardarelli, joined by Cam No Sleeves Halbert, as we appreciate everyone tuning in to tonight's broadcast and all the great comments we're getting on the Twitch feed. As Denial bring the puck into the zone, rimmed around the boards, it's picked up by G&P. As Delta tries to feed a pass over, it's picked off by Gruels. Spars, he drops it back to his defenseman Graz, who in turn plays it ahead for Delta. Delta back to Kovalchuk, pinching in from the point, tries to feed it back to Delta. Kovalchuk looking for a lane, dumps it off to Delta. Nasty and tight tries to find the one-timer, but Ethan there defensively on the tie-up. Loose puck picked up by Kovalchuk, brings it to the blue line, but not into the zone, as the puck into the bench, and we get a whistle with 15:39 remaining.
A couple of great chances there for Denial, but a fantastic defensive stick for Denial. We saw that in game number 1 as well. They were getting a lot of cross-crease passes through, but the defensive skill stick for Denial was up to the task, and it looks like we're getting that here again. They got to stop giving up those risky plays, though. Their Revy can only do so much here, but we'll see what happens going into the finish of this one.
Scrum for possession behind the G&P net. It's played out to Mateer. The one-timer tipped, and Sorokin somehow saves that through a sea of traffic in front.
Just fires an absolute muffin, and that almost beat him between the legs.
Deji letting the shot from the point go. It was tipped at least once en route to Sorokin, as McLovin had the goalie in a full split to make that save. Puck picked up by G&P, played ahead, intended for Nasty, stripped away by Gruels. He finds McLovin with the pass, draws himself into the middle, lets the shot fly. Sorokin with the save as it's played around the boards and now picked up by G&P. Spars working the wing. Tries to find a passing option, finds one in Nasty, who's got it behind the net, tries to jam it in, nothing doing. Spars, his pass picked off as it was a little too predictable, and now here goes McLovin. Loose puck picked up by Spars as he plays ahead for Delta, tied up by Gruels. Delta gets it right back, makes the pass to Nasty, but a well-timed poke check jars it loose. Kovalchuk across the line with 9:30 remaining in the third as you're tuned into the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming. Spars tried to find Nasty with a one-timer off the wall. Now it's Ethan bringing it in to the attacking zone, but quickly G&P bring the puck back out across center ice. Delta had it stripped off his stick, controlled by Deji now, as he lays it off for Mateer. Mateer tried to hammer it in the zone. It was partially blocked and now controlled by Kovalchuk. With 7:10 remaining in the third, we get an icing call there against G&P.
Feels like both teams just being a little tentative here. We'll see what happens, but could be headed for OT once again, I think.
Starting to feel that way as we've got just under 7 minutes remaining in the third period of regulation. The opening game between these two teams was a 3-2 victory for G&P in overtime. It's starting to feel very similar to that right now as Graz makes the pass over to Kovalchuk. 5.5 minutes remaining in the third. Dumped into the corner. Picked up. Oh, they tried jamming it in. And there it is. It's banked in. Nasty banks it in off of Revy. And it's now 3-2 for G&P.
Doesn't have to be pretty. Somehow that squeaks into the back door and the hammer it home. 5 minutes left, and Nasty's going to get his second of the game. 3-2 lead in denial, yet again trailing. They have not let... If they were able to come back in this and somehow steal a few points, that'd be really impressive. I was about to say right before that went in, if they were to win in regulation and somehow manage to take 4 out of the 6 points when they have just, for the most part, not really been in command of this series, would have been super impressive. But G&P with that clutch goal, we'll see what happens here now. Under 4 to go.
It is a tough hill to climb now for denial, but in game one, they found a way to force OT. Can they do it again? They're pressing as that shot from McLovin turned away. Sorokin then has to make a save from his own defenseman who turned it over right in front of his net.
Who's going to be clutch? Who's going to be the PTP for denial? Which is funny because he was actually once a denial member.
Well, we'll see if denial can find a clutch performance here from one of their players. Mateer, he scored a couple of goals here in the two games. As they try feed it in front, Gruel's unable to get a stick on it. McLovin back to the point. Mateer's one-timer kicked away. Big rebound. Ethan tries to shovel it in front. It's broken up. Delta out across center ice as we're into the final minute of play in the third period. Kovalchuk, he gets run over. Gruels comes up with it, and quickly it's played over to Mateer. 49 seconds remaining in the third. Mateer has it stripped off his stick by Nasty. Played ahead, but it's quickly blocked at center. Nice job there by denial. Gruels brings it in. Ethan in front, but he can't connect on that pass. 35 seconds remaining in regulation. Gruels tries to dig it out. Ethan there as well. It's pinned up against the boards. Quickly, denial had it, but they can't hold the zone. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that was close. He nearly kept it in, but here goes Delta. Delta has it stripped away. 18 seconds remaining for denial. Ethan, he plays it ahead. Can G&P hold on? Gruels over to McLovin. Back to Mateer. His shot gets blocked as two G&P players come together for the block shot. Oh, a spring break, but they can't quite connect. And that's it. Ground and pound. Sweep the two-game series against denial. 1 win in regulation, 1 in overtime. And here in game number 2, it's a final score of 3-2 in regulation for ground and pound.
Impressive performance here by G&P to come away with the 2 wins and keep their, they haven't lost yet. They were just about to keep their record perfect, but did have that one overtime win in their first game of this series. So just 1 point shy of a perfect record on opening night and taking down denial again. Another one of the top tier teams in this tournament. Just an impressive run. And, man, what a couple of games. I mean, it seemed slow and kind of, just whatever, sloppy in that first period, but then it was a quick bang, 4 goals immediately, and then it was just like every shot seemed like it had a potential chance to go in. So those are always the most exciting when it comes to 6v6. But what stood out to you the most in that last game there?
That was a really well-contested game. As you kind of alluded to, that could have gone either way. It sort of felt like even though Denial was on the wrong side of the TOA and not necessarily clicking, they gave themselves a chance to stay in it and even almost win it there in the third. So I think for Denial, that's probably a bit of a sour taste in their mouth, knowing that they couldn't get a single point out of that game. But big props to Ground and Pound. They were there when they needed to be. They capitalized on their chances. And I was so impressed with the defensive play of Ground and Pound, the ability to clog the lanes, block the shots. If they can do that consistently, they've got to be considered a contender here at the Sharks Pacific Cup, presented by WD Black and hosted by League Gaming.
Speaking of WD Black, I guess that's going to do it for us. No, we got some stuff to give away, my man. All right, guys, so I apologize. We weren't able to get it up running earlier on, but now we are, and it is time to find out who is going to take home our first prize pack of the season. ! Giveaway. I will give you 30 seconds to type ! Giveaway if you haven't already. If you do it multiple times, it won't matter, guys. It'll take your username once, so that's fine, but we are going to draw it. You're in?
I got in. That 30-second window was just enough for me to get my name.
I am 100% re-rolling if it's you. I'm not going to lie here.
I wouldn't blame you either.
We're also going to make sure that it is someone that is here, guys. So I'm going to call it, and if someone doesn't claim it in the first minute, we'll go again. Again, it was my fault. I don't know what was going on earlier with Moobot, but we were able to get it back up and running, and I do apologize. But throughout the season, like I said, every broadcast, WD Black has hooked us up, and it is some fantastic stuff. So we're going to see if we can't draw that. All right, guys, in about 10 more seconds, and I'm going to draw the giveaway for tonight's prize pack. And thank you again for hanging out all 4 games here. Really appreciate it. We've had a blast, man. We had a couple of great series between BBB and Composure, and then a couple of great games between Denial and Ground and Pound. We're just getting started. That's just the first game of the first week. We are back tomorrow night, guys, same time, so 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, same channel. Make sure you hit the follow button as well, and any sort of graphics or tags or clips, make sure you hit up hashtag Sharks Pacific Cup on Twitter so we can find it. All right, guys, we have 128 entrants. I guess it's time to find out who is going to win, so I will pull it, and if I do not see a claim in there, then we will redraw. So the winner tonight is Clutch Kolbs. Is Clutch Kolbs in here? We'll see. Let's see if he's in here. You got a minute. We're going to start the timer here. Right on 23. Perfect. Clutch Kolbs. Hit claim. Type claim in the chat. He is in here. And we'll see if he comes away with it. As John Wayne with a massive troll of the claim. That is not going to do it. As Clutch Kolbs is there, my man. Hit me up on... Congrats, my man. We are going to get that set up for you. If you could, DM me on Twitter at NoSleevesGaming, and we'll make sure we get that all fixed up for you, and we will get all the info we need, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. Guys, thank you again for the Sharks to put this event on. We've got $25,000 tournament here for 6v6 to kick off NHL 21. WD Black for sponsoring the event and providing these great prizes throughout. And just, guys, the opportunity to do this event in front of you guys. Me and Nico love doing this. We've now done, I think this is our 3rd event, my man.
Yeah, honestly, I've lost count of how many we've done together. I have so much fun when we're on the mic together. It's just you're in the moment, and I'd have to look back on the notes. But, yeah, I think we've probably done about 3 or 4 at least together.
Far too many cereal sandwiches. All right, guys, that is going to do it for myself and Nico, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on the San Jose Sharks Twitch channel. Make sure you follow. I'll see you guys next time.